Welcome to the game.
In the bunker.
I'm Wizard of Oz. I'm the guy that behind the
It
curtain.
took me a fucking day.
Supposed to be the guy behind the
My
curtain.
old garbage pile.
Keeping the machine going.
That was one day
I got Aaron in the
of
background.
work. A lot of work picking up garbage, nasty shit.
Come here, Ranger.
Whatever, threw it all in there. Whatever. I used the wagon.
Come here.
Anyway.
He's lurking. Ranger's lurking. See him back there? He's lurking. Yep, there he is.
He ain't even going near the bunker.
Ranger,
Yeah.
what's he doing? Come here, Ranger.
10 years,
Come here,
Carol.
boy. Good boy. Yes, you
It's
are.
10 years. Yep. That's right. I'm at 10 years.
Come here.
So,
Yeah.
my best bet would be to put a mailbox out front.
He's not a little puppy. He's a big puppy. Yeah.
It is a long time, Carol. But, Carol,
He's
it's
just a
also
puppy,
a
though.
short time.
He's just a monster puppy.
Carol.
Yes, you are.
50.
Give me 5.
I can
Give me
wait
5.
that long.
Give me 5. Give me 5.
And behave myself.
Give me 5.
I could behave myself for
5.
10 years.
Ranger, give me 5. Give me Paul.
Yeah, he ain't gonna mess up the. Yeah, he ain't gonna come across a whole bunch of garbage.
Give me Paul.
Yeah, it's very important that. Oh, I ain't got it covered up yet.
Maybe I'll take
I
a
got it.
video of our
One
training
quarter
sessions.
covered up.
We do one at least twice a
I'm
day.
trying to throw shit in there and cover it up at the same
And he's
time.
doing so good. He knows I give 5. And I think he's starting to understand how to do it on the other side.
I got it under control.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good, boy. With your ranger school? Yeah. You're doing good with your ranger school. Yes, you are.
Hey, everyone's got their own fucking shit. Everyone's got to deal with their own shit.
That's right.
I like my nature shit.
All right, thanks,
Everyone's
Dave.
got their thing.
Rock on. Hey, Zoom, how you doing?
Hey, I love all you chatters.
Yep.
It's coming up.
He got his first solo kill today. He went out and was
Yep, I
hunting
hear you
in the
down.
woods and
Good
got
night,
himself a big rat all by
Thank
himself.
you, Kevin. Yes, I will.
Even brought it back and ate it.
Cover eBay. Everybody.
And then I had to give him breath mints because his breath
I
was
appreciate
smelling bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm relaxing and getting drunk, and I want to see a good.
Then
fun
he had some
chick.
pork steak. Yo.
I think so too, Carol. Yeah,
Yeah, some
make
pork
myself
steak.
a
He
resident
liked that.
at that address. I agree, Carol.
Yeah. You ready to go bed?
Cheers, everybody.
Time to go bed. All right. Go on, go bed. Go on, go to bed. Come on. It's time to go to bed. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Such a good boy. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Such a good boy. All right, just a second, guys. I'll be right there. Just. All right. Good night, Ranger. All right, so I guess Aaron's yeah, he closed down his stream. Okay. But yeah. So let me get the other channels going here. And all right. No, Ranger. Hey, what's up, Luke? You cleaned up the backyard and the front yard today, huh? Zoom? Colonel Shaw. Wow, you're on early. Good to see you, bro. Let me get a link in there, man. And I got to get the link. There we go. And here we go. Happy Saturday night, everybody. Now I'm going to start up the other channels and make sure everything's working well. Salute, Colonel Shaw. Wow. 324? Yeah. I've been there many times. Rock on. Don T. Rump, how you doing, buddy? All right. All right, there we go. And then paste that. Here we go. Susan, welcome in. Jack. it's 11:24 in the morning there. Miriam's in. Hey, holy cow. You guys are awesome. Don Martineau. You bet. Yeah. Hey, Jack.
How you doing?
Oh, my gosh.
How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Okay, Marion, Don T, Zoom, how you doing, mate? Real Don Martin,
Colonel Shaw.
This is now Don. Need to ask you a favour. Don T Rump. Got that together up to this point here, so you can see the fiddle back. I've got some temporary pins in there just holding that together because I'm not going to put your dress pins in there and get them carved up and all that sort of thing. So main thing is it's flat, flush, all that sort of thing. But I need you to measure from the tip of your middle finger down to that first joint for me, and then from that one over, the ring finger, down to where that line in the middle of your hand that comes down the back of your palm intersects with that line down there. If you could do the finger and then the palm measurement, and that'll let me know what size to grind that up so it fits your hand. Because, well, let's face it, everybody's different. I think you're a fair sized bloke, but you also got a little bit of podgy hand, so that's going to change the aspect of it. So to make it fit your hand, please let us know that, and I'll get that done in the morning. Either way, I'm good in both. I'm ambidextrous that way. I grew up with inches and that, but they force fed me bloody millimeters and that somewhere along the 70s. It's all good. Okay, Zoom, how you doing? So yeah, that's all coming along quite nice, all that sort of thing. You'll notice it's got the same tip. So if you look at the back end of it, see the line of the grain, it's all one piece. So it's properly been book matched all the way through, but reversed.
That's awesome.
It's easy to do, and it is. It's a lovely bit of wood. I've got a little bit of a scorch mark on it still, but that'll grind off. I've left it at maximum thickness until I find out
the measurement,
your finger sizes, and then I can think, because you don't want to take them too small because you can't make them bigger. I can make them smaller, and that it's too big, we can take it down a little bit. But if it's too small, then you got to rip the ends off and start again. Um, it's a red gum family, and I may not have the exact genus correct, but it's a red gum that's got a fiddleback pattern in it, and it's a mixture of sapwood and heartwood. So I found a little bit that where the sapwood is not full of bug holes, because I like getting in just underneath the base of the sap where the hardwood is, and it makes this look. They sort of tap it like people tap maple syrup, but they tap it on the outside. Bugs tap it on the inside, and then they get this well down the bottom, and you get all the bugs then laying all their nests around them. And then once they all hatch, then they got a food supply. 85 millimeter. Let me just fit my writing stick here. Roll of paper.
Welcome in, Charniola. Charniola. Okay. Took the axe straight out of SPAC.
85 for the finger joint, 103 for the palm. Yeah, you got fairly podgy hands in. Not being rude, but yeah, they're thicker than most. Right, yeah. Roundy, meaty hands, I'll call them that, not podgy, meaty. All right, that's all wrapped up, labelled, all that sort of thing. Tomorrow morning we'll size that up. We'll start coating it the next week. That's the real slow part, coating, because you've got to leave 24 hours in between coat. It takes 6 to 8 coats. The first coat's going to be cyanoacrylate, so it's going to be basically the raw stuff that they make super glue out of. And soak in and make a stabilize the base really, really hard. And then you can put the gloss coats over it. It's basically a dance floor coat. So what people dance on floors, your timber floors where they've got the tap dancing shoes, the 2-part very hard epoxy with Japanese hardness in it. And that's what's going on in the handle there. And that'll take about, like I said, 6 to 8 days. And then you'll have something to look at. Sausage fingers, yeah. You can tell a lot by the measurements.
Charniola says, "Do you do song requests?"
I do, but only if you're in a suicidal mood. You hear me sing and you want to neck yourself. Either you want to neck me.
Despair, agony on me, deep dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Doom, despair, agony on me.
I like the old classics. Rum and a whiskey and wild, wild women. They'll drive you crazy. They'll drive you insane. They'll take all your money. They'll love you and leave. Your poor old bank account won't be the same. There's about 15 verses. It's a good old Irish ditty.
Right. Oh, man.
I'll have to break out the accordion and the. I'm not. Didn't you just listen? I just get drunk and sing often, and that doesn't make me a singer. That just makes me drunk. Speaking of drunk,
oh man, the side of a bridge.
I got dropped in a bottle of alcoholic apple lemonade. It's one damn well too. It's about 8%.
Oh shit! Dante wrote something about swimming with bow-legged women.
Oh yeah. That was an old sailor's one.
Yeah.
Actually, they Quint in bloody Jaws quoted that one.
Hey, Aaron's was it? Welcome in.
The spinning Jenny.
And there's Bubba. Hey.
I do better in church and that because I sing quiet. I always stand behind the big bloke and his big lady wife and that because no one can hear you sing over them. So it's cool. Spinning Jenny. I'm just wondering if that means the same thing over there as it does over here. You'll say we can work on that there, Colonel Shaw. We can work on that.
Oh yeah, it's Colonel Shaw. He says I'm sober. It's 3:45 in the morning.
And you're sober?
And you're sober.
Oh yeah, I don't make 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh man. Ah, good Lord. It's been cold. It got cold this evening. Rainy, and it's been raining all day. The sun did come out, but oh, what's that?
Well, they're just pocket knife scales. And there's something else I've been working on this morning. I'm just playing. Got a few marks I've got to work out still, and that's just first coat. They're dry anyway, but I've just got to sand them out and get all the anomalies out, get it all nice and smooth again.
Right.
My job 2 run chat. Come
on. Colonel Shaw says no talent in Australia.
No.
I don't know. Olivia Newton-John was from Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah.
In the day, she's still pretty good looking.
Yeah. One second. We got that.
Talk about it's time for Fire in the Bowl, though.
Yeah, it is, and that's what I'm into. All right, I stopped work and I just poured myself a drink. And what else am I missing? Ah, yes, smoking.
Smoking in the bowl. Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms. .com.
No, we don't need that. Put that in there. A little bit of that in there. Tell you what, we had some rain last night. Over an inch worth last night.
We got a good couple inches today.
And then they reckon that Adelaide's in for a heat wave, which is like about 400 miles that way. So we'll see. Yeah, there we got another trainee weatherman out there, and no one's reading his bloody script. That happens. We had a new one of the real old time weather guys, and that chucked his nana on national TV here one time, and he went over, pushed the green screen out the way, went over, lifted the blinds up in the window, and said, "Have a look outside." He says, "You want me to read this? You're going to make me laugh and stuff." He says, "It's 41 degrees. This is centigrade, so it's like 108 degrees outside, and you want me to say it's 62."
Oh,
so you got Sydney, Sydney's weather. This is Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Right.
Not in Australia. And he says, and I'm trying to alert you this, and nobody wants to do this. So here I am on live TV now. It's probably the last time you're ever going to see me, ladies and gentlemen. They can't even get the country right, and they expect me to read it. I'm a qualified meteorologist, but I got to read what a 19-year-old girl gives me, no matter how wrong it is. because she's having an affair with the senior producer.
Oh my God, on air.
On national air, on national TV, Channel 9 News. Bang, this is about 15 years ago. So they all went out. They all went out. Yeah. I say good luck to them. But at the moment, yeah, we got about 40-mile-an-hour winds outside, gusting up to about 60 mile an hour. So it's not getting bad, but it'll slacken off. But it'll get rain again tonight.
Hey, Southern Belle, welcome in.
Coffee, cinnamon, and Kraken.
It's ladies' night. Good, good.
Kraken, like in the old Greek Odysseys, or is that something new?
Yeah, they're all whipping out the coffee. You see that?
Yeah. Cinnamon. I understand the cinnamon. I just don't know what Kraken is. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Release the Kraken. I remember the one from the Greek Odysseys, a couple of 1,000 years old. They got a new Kraken since then.
Right. Release the Kraken. Well, what they're not saying, they're all, some got 10 high in it, some got Bailey's Irish Cream, some got
A Kraken, dark spiced rum. Yeah, okay.
Yep, spiced rum. There, see, I tell you, that coffee ain't innocent.
Well, how many months I've been sitting here drinking coffee tonight with it's half scotch. I'm glad someone's catching on with it. Best way to drink coffee with alcohol in it. But then again, I'm of the personal belief that alcohol makes everything better.
Uh-oh. Bubba's going crazy.
Uh-oh. Again?
He's talking about painting his nails. Yeah, she said, I talked to her today. She said she'd be back soon. Oh, God.
Who's good at braiding?
Hey, tow truck. What's up?
I can do whips.
Some of you girls ought to grab a link and come on up on the screen.
Yeah, it could be better looking than me, especially.
Right, I know, right? Gets a
bloody hair, it's all over.
Get a pretty face up here.
And this is what you get for not getting me just out of the shower.
We got ugly cover between me and you, Jack.
Pretty much. We don't do too much for the fat side of ugly and that, but like, well, I'm sorry, we're not represented. Yeah, not enough diversity here. Let's get that. What's that bloke and that where wears his pants up around under his chin and that Nadler?
Nadler, yeah.
Nadler. Yeah, get him up here.
No Nadler.
Yeah. I'd love to put him on the spot, ask him some simple questions, but you can't answer this. Right. So, when the good Reverend and that asked you to hold that $1 million for him and all that sort of stuff, did you know he was avoiding IRS repayments at the time? What? Yeah, the transfer. 1987, when the IRS was doing a thing on Reverend Al Sharpton, and he transferred $1.2 million to your personal bank account, and you transferred it back a few months later. Did you know that was the purpose of that was to avoid an IRS audit?
Wow.
Conspiring to defraud the tax office would put him out of office immediately.
Right.
And so just like one question. Because he had helped Al Sharpton hide all that money from the IRS. I think Al Sharpton still owes $4 million to the IRS. Well, actually, he's starting to repay it, Trump said. He's putting in appeals and all that sort of stuff. Left, right, and center.
Ah, they're all so friggin' dirty over there. It's not
Yeah,
even funny.
Shani, Ola, come on up. Put a link in the thing, and that can come up and tell us all your woes and troubles. I will ask though if they're
Absolutely.
of a sexual nature, and that
Yeah,
leave it for a couple of hours.
just
Kids are in bed.
before you hit the link to come up on the screen, make sure you mute out your uh, YouTube window or your Twitch window, and it'll bring you into a new window, and you go through the thing. As long as you do that, it should be pretty good. And like I said, once you get up here, you can turn off your camera if you don't want to be on camera, stuff like that. But you
Yep.
got to have that stuff connected up so that it will allow us to bring you on the screen.
See, you can talk like this, and just the little doohickey in the center just bulges when you're talking. And that, but if you want to go full fugly, hello.
Hey, Diesel Defects, how you doing? Holy shit. How's it going? Welcome in. Oh, man. From your car? I would love to see you driving around the city. That would be awesome. I know that battery addiction he gets on, and sometimes he'll get on while he's headed home, and he's actually driving through Portland going home. It's actually pretty cool. Get to see the
Yeah.
town a little bit like that from your perspective. Charniola, what is your problems? Can I tell you my problems first? Sure. Maybe. As long as you got fully clothed. Yeah. We got banned one night because Jack didn't have his shirt on.
Yeah, so now I wear two in case one falls off.
That's not a joke. That's actually real. Oh, wow. Come on up on the screen. You're welcome in. In fact, and let me, you've got a dilemma. Well, where'd you get that? How do you get one of those?
Wasn't it the aluminium cup? Oh no, that's a DeLorean, not a dilemma. He's got a new pole that's smooth as fuck. Oh, cool. So you lemon and then
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I know you said something about it the other day. You really liked it. You thought it was kind of cheesy, but then it worked out really well or something. De la mina.
hey Charm, keep it all to yourself, man. Love it. Bottle it all up.
Yeah,
You know,
that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah. That's
yeah, and no, bottle it all up. Go up to that Michigan courthouse and have a chat with that lady governor. Let it all out. Shag. Shag is a past term tense for sexual activity. Shag, buggered, knackered, all that sort of thing. Means you're tired, worn out.
I just find that funny.
Oh, well, you go out shagging, and afterwards you shag, and that so you don't do anything. You have a lazy Sunday morning and that, and a lonely, and that. And if you're a real gentleman, you'll get on the phone and thank the lady for the previous entertainment. And if you're a pig, you'll be phoning the next one. No, it's been around for years. You ever heard of the Shag Pile Road? That's where it all comes from. Shagging on the rug, in front of the fireplace, and that Shag Pile Road, all that sort of stuff. It's old.
Shag carpeting.
My granny used the term shag. She never said the F word or anything like that. These dirty buggers were caught down the creek shagging in the middle of the day. That's how she put it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything else about Yellowstone Zoom.
Quite actually.
Just keep it respectful.
Well, he has a wife. Uh-huh.
Oh, well, yeah, that might not be a good idea. Bro Minion in the house.
COVID 9/19.
9/19. What's that about, Crow? 9/19. What's up with that?
He made a watch. Uh-oh. Watch what? Or a wristwatch. Did you make her a watch? I make mine, so. You might be good.
I have a feeling we have a troll.
Hey, you see, I already put my money down in the fucking private chat. There's $10. I did that 15 minutes ago.
Right. I know it's coming.
I put money on it.
Oh, okay. 9/19 millimeter.
He made a watch Fox News, and Hannity gave a report and said Pelosi was nasty. And she had a heart attack. Because his wife was a lifetime libtard. But it shocked her out of it. She's red pilled now.
Oh, who?
Welcome to the real world.
Who?
Sean Nolan. I made her squirt the alphabet. How do you make a watch her squirt the alphabet? So, like, but you made a watch. This is what? Virtual reality we're talking about.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Not tonight, Jardiola. I'm sorry. You keep going that direction, you're going to have to.
Hey, thanks for the $10, dude.
Yeah. Be respectful. We got ladies in the channel. Ladies. But they.
And a dumb Aussie over here who thinks he's talking water pistols. Well, that's what I
say. And they will take you out. They'll put you out real quick. You keep
going. Well, these are I for one do. I don't know about everybody else, but I don't know if they're detachable with other ones. Dab 30. No, that's on the shower shelf above the thing. That's where I keep the double barrel 14. That's the snake gun. Because that's the last place you want to be caught without one. In the shower.
It stays in the holster on the hook.
No, next to the back scrubber.
Right next to it. Right.
And the loofah's on the other side. Right. You don't want to get caught in the bathroom and that with a smoke and nothing but a towel to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Not around here anyway.
That's what I'm training Ranger for. The Guardian. They have to get through our dog. Yeah, he got his first kill today. It's real. For real. He went out and hunted down a rat. He was hunting stuff down in the forest and got himself a big old rat.
Cool.
I thought it was a squirrel at first, and I was like, no, that ain't a bushy tail. It was a big old rat. Like, good job, Ranger. So yeah, are you froze up, Jack, or did I freeze up? Yeah, Jack froze. Okay, it's all good. He'll be back. Hey, Don, grab a link. Come on up, man. While waiting for Jack to come back up. Absolutely. Let me grab this here. You can show us your video and what you got going on. Ben Frank OG. Good Lord. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Here. Check it out. It's taking a while to register their tow truck. Yeah, I think that. Go ahead and take care of that, Miriam, if you would. Yeah.
Let me see if I got an echo. Let's just check.
No, you're fine.
Want to bet?
You're good. You're doing good. No, you're going to go turn it on just to get one.
Get one.
Right.
Is it catchy?
That's you.
I've heard that before.
I know.
But hey, wait. Is that better?
In the bowl. Hell yeah. Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.com. Oh man, lazy dog.
Yeah, I tried to bring them to the lake today. They went chasing off after deer. God damn it. But the lake was still frozen, so it was just, oh my God.
Oh wow. Hell yeah. After you guys aren't
no fish.
Yeah.
What's in my underwear?
But right away. No, I was just putting up a link for the Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms thing.
Oh, I thought there was a glitch in my computer.
No.
Hey, how come I'm getting a different link than the one that Don Bear put up? What did I say? Than the one that Don Tree Rumps puts up. Because I get mine from what? A homepage that has sort of a pastel kind of colored background design. And he always puts up a different link. I don't know what the hell I bookmarked, but
Oh really?
for some reason it's different. Yeah, watch. I'll put it up once and we'll see.
Hey.
Oh, the president's on.
No, I don't know. Yeah, it's POTUS.
Straighten out your foot locker.
What's up?
Evening, men. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We see your desk.
Sweet.
There he is.
Hey, yo.
How's everybody doing, Tow Truck? Always a pleasure, sir. Wiz, always
right.
good. How's the world treating everybody? Is everybody safe and virus-free?
I was fine, but I lost all my money, man. I lost all my money. I went and invested. I went and invested in Zoom, and they turned out to be a bunch of chinks, man. What happened, Don? Man, I don't know. If you want to go on that advisory council, you might want to pick some better.
No. It's an American company, baby. I bought that stock. I still recommend it.
Yeah, they just came out
All
with
right,
the Zoom stuff was all Chinese operated, run, and infiltrated. Oh, check that out.
Oh,
So I spent about an hour doing some stuff here for our friends. This is the package. It's probably gonna. Let me see. This is a sour. This is a sweet zombie. So this will probably go to Wiz. This package right here is a Northern Lights. That's going to Buffalo. This is BK, a Baruch Kush. That's going to Buffalo also. So I spent about an hour putting some packages together to see if I can get some packages out this week to our friends, so that we can get some so that some of our friends can enjoy a better well, let's just say a pain-free or less pain. I can't say pain-free. Let's just say less pain.
Right.
That's all.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But
that's awesome. That's just so cool, dude.
oh, ignorance is bliss, but I'd rather be stoned.
the recent yield.
Fire in the boat.
I don't know if you've seen it or not, but let me put it together here. It's like a bunch of little weed pillows. You know? So, you guys hear me all right? Is everything okay?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay. All right. So let me flip the video again here. There we go.
Oh shit.
There's one. There's another one. There's another one. Let me get. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gallon Ziploc bags there.
Oh, those aren't sandwiches.
So yeah.
Oh man.
Ended up being 1.6 pounds without the tie, and I think the tie is going to come in at another pound itself. So I'm not going to complain about that.
Oh.
Anyway, that's the show.
Wow. Pillows.
Pillows. I like that. Pillows.
Sweet dreams, Patriot. Oh my.
Pillows. So you said you're moving to Nevada.
Pillows.
Right. Nice.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
You said you're moving to Nevada, right?
Not yet, but soon. Yes.
How soon? I thought
we're moving. No, I have an address there. I have property there. We're building a house there.
Right.
And yeah, actually, my official IRS address is in Nevada. So you're right. But right now, I'm sitting in Maryland at an undisclosed location.
Right.
Just outside of our nation's capital.
In the bunkers.
In the bunker, waiting for the virus to clear up.
Right.
Waiting for the virus to, waiting for the governments to lift the orders. But as you can see, I'm Vegas strong. So
cholesterol.
Anyway, with tits.
Well, don't come out this week because they're putting out all the tests, and now we're going to find out everybody got it.
Yeah,
But-
no, but they can't allow that, right? Because then the 6%, 9% casualty rates bullshit that they're pushing and trying to blame Trump for, and that is all washed away because it all falls down to 0.1%, like they're finding in Europe now. Because they're getting the tests out there. France is about a quarter tested, and it turns out that 90% of the people have had this thing.
Yeah. Well, it's a byproduct of being sick or whatever. You know, I wondered about that. Here in Minnesota, they came up with a no tolerance, a no drink clause. And what they were doing was, you know, they give you the breathalyzer, the blood alcohol and stuff. And that stuff, you know, dissipates quickly over time by the hour, perhaps. But what they were doing was going in and measuring a byproduct of drinking that is a certain type of sugar in your blood that would tell if you had been drinking in the past 72 hours.
Yeah, like
and I'm thinking that's quite along the lines of how now they're testing for this COVID. They're testing for a byproduct of something, an event that happened, but they're not specifically saying the event.
Exactly. It will
Yeah.
So they're looking for antibodies. So you get infected with a virus, it changes some of your cells, and some of them then form antibodies to fight off that virus again. That's the white blood cells and the endocrine system in your body.
What it does.
And so they can test, if they can now identify the antibodies, which is what we sent you folks over by that military flight we were talking about months ago.
Right. Yep.
Because the Aussies got the first antibodies up, and that's how we identified that. You folks put now and been making millions of test kits, but they test for the antibodies to see if you have it or you're producing antibodies. And if you're on the early days of infection, you might not have antibodies in your system yet, and so you can come up with a false negative. And that's on the antibody test. That's why what they call a live serum test. Now, a live serum test tests for active particles in your system, but they've got to create a test for the COVID-19 that's unique for that. They still don't. They've only just got the one for the SARS 2 years ago.
Right.
2 years after the
Yeah,
SARS.
and it triggers on most all coronaviruses.
So this is how the basics of these things.
Well, the byproduct thereof, the phlegm, the mucus, that your body produced to get rid of the toxin, is what they're testing.
Yeah, that'll have antibodies in it, and like every part of your body.
Exactly.
And all that sort of thing. Your poop will have antibodies in it because they'll pass through your system and go out like everything else.
So my mold allergies are going to cause this result. They are going to cause this. I'm saying if it's truly the case that the naturally produced antitoxin byproduct, dissipated antitoxins. Okay, well, you know what I mean.
Hey, I'm gonna have to reset
there because of my allergies.
I think I need to resync or something like that. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Hurry back.
Every bug is unique. It leaves quite a thing. This is like DNA. It's like a fingerprint.
He has a fingerprint. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we can follow these antibodies and through the RNA of the DNA component in that bug, we can identify these. So that's an easy test because you've caught it. Your body's now produced a result, and it's got bugs in your system now ready to fight the next infection. So it's now got antibodies. It's like tetanus. You get tetanus antibody, but tetanus tends to swarm the system, so we give people the tetanus shot. But you'll have tetanus antibodies in your system if you survive tetanus and all that sort of thing by yourself naturally. All these things, smallpox, German measles, all these sort of viral infections, and that all leave antibodies in the system, and you can test people to see if they've had stuff.
What you mean? Well, you're talking about very specific antibodies that were created by a specific event.
That's one specific virus. Now, your stuff in your mold, that will create another specific one, and they should be able to test you and that what sort of things, like that black mold's Reckley istomist or whatever the thing is. It produces that illness in your body. You create antibodies in there when you fight it off, and so they can identify that bug that's been attacking you. And this is a lazy man's way of doing it, because they don't test for that for mold and all that sort of thing. They go through the commercial stuff, which is what the big companies are trying to tell you, and get you on pills instead of cleaning the house. Get rid of the cause.
Exactly. Or eating more grapefruit,
And if
perhaps.
you're renting a house, that's the landlord's responsibility because he's not providing a safe environment. If he's charging you rent for a place that's infected and making you sick, and that he's charging you to get you sick. So that's one of the things our political party over here is pushing for. No more of these slumlords maintaining things, death houses, black lung houses, we call them, black mold and all these other molds in them, and they don't have to do anything. Well, let's change it.
Well, that brings up my conspiracy theory. You guys want to hear my conspiracy theory? So the whole world is overrun with mold. The whole world is overrun with mold, and we're discovering it now, so we have to blame it on something. It's just weird. But no.
What are we going to blame the mold on?
Aliens, alien abduction. It was
panspermia infections from space.
Oh, I know, nanobots, man. Nanobots is what they are.
It's the organic nanobots network.
Yeah, we've been invaded by alien nanobots. No, you guys hear the big news today about our Kim Jong-il is ill?
Yeah, he's ill.
Or some shit. Yeah,
Blazing Press came out and said he was dead, but the Chinese doctors came out and said no, he's in a vegetative state. They basically put him in an induced coma, and hoping they can fight him and all that sort of thing. But he's got all the bad points against him. 1, he's a smoker. 2, he's a beast. 3, family history of lung disease, asthma. He's always got one of those poppers, and that's because he's smoking the cigarette. He was a smoker since he was 12.
And he eats bat soup.
Oh, and everything else, and that's not good for you. Fagua. Because remember he sued the shipping company, DHL, and that for the 40 kilos of fagua coming over from Paris. 40 kilos.
And the little horn falls. And the little horn falls.
But
there were 9.
Do you reckon the pictures are bad for the general?
How does that relate to Pelosi's visit to fucking North Korea the other weeks ago? She went over there and put the bug on him, man, because look, the Russian thing didn't work. The Ukraine thing didn't work. The crunch in the economy didn't work. And so now they have to do this to start a war, man. Right? It's all part of the big plot for the New World Order to destroy.
No.
Those were far-reaching, I think.
Do you want to take from South Korean intelligence? And that Mitt Romney went over there and told Kim Jong-il, don't worry about fucking what Trump says, don't negotiate with him, and that we'll get rid of him, and that everything will get back to normal. Because he's falling in line with what Trump is wanting, and that, talking about unification and all that sort of thing. Then Mitt Romney went over there, and then he got fucking all uppity and started firing missiles again. Right? Yeah. Trump pulled him in the gear, fucking pulled Romney in the gear, and that, and the Ukraine stuff coming out, and fucking Romney starting to look like he's his hand involved with money both from China and Ukraine, and that, but all the rest of it. Now he's working for the globalists and stuff like this. So Kim Jong-un's in there. Pelosi goes over there. No, you got to play up again. You got to start launching missiles again. Don't listen to Trump. We're getting rid of him and that and all that sort of thing. And apparently Kim Jong-un told her he had no faith in her.
Who had no faith?
No faith in her. Nothing that she promised in the past had come true. So we don't know what those promises were. But apparently she's been making promises to this guy and that, and they're not being coming true. And that get rid of Trump and all that sort of thing. Everything they try. He's saying, fucking, it might be better if we go along the Trump thing. He wrote that letter and that thanked Mr. Trump and that for his understanding and patience and all that sort of thing. And then all of a sudden he took the crook the next day.
Isn't that some shit?
Now, what South Koreans are looking at, this is an attempt by one of the generals, and that was they're saying one of the generals acted on his own and that to take him out, and it didn't quite work. and now they're all debating around what's going on. He can't fucking survive because they're worried they're going to fucking purge. And this is the talk that they're listening to, because they're listening to all the generals' headquarters up there in North Korea fucking chatting to each other. You don't think the South Koreans can't listen to every word they're saying up there. Think again. They've spent hundreds of lives trying to tap their phone lines. They're going to stop all of a sudden? Nah. They found a different way.
So now I heard China was kind enough to volunteer their services to handle the chaos of them losing their leader. They'd gladly be there to help.
Yeah. Well, they sent over the fucking big case in there, the breathing, like iron lung thing, to encase the guy in. And they'd keep him alive, all that sort of thing, till they get everything sorted out. He'd be another man, put him in a glass case, fill him up full of formaldehyde and put him on display and charge people whatever to go and see him. And everybody's got to attend at least once a year for the first 5 years, or else you're not faithful.
Well,
What do
that's
you
what
want to make a bet they turn around and say he got downloaded into a
I'm gonna.
very cool. Oh my god!
AI, Kim Jong AI.
That's crazy off the wall, but that's just as interesting as anything else I've heard.
Hey, look, he built a 4,000 room motel in that 20 years ago, and all that's ever happened is they shoot fucking people who fucking break into it and film that it's empty. It's a gutted shell. That's what that American kid they lobotomized did. He fucking grabbed the poster out of the foyer of the hotel, but he got past the thing and filmed them inside. It's all for front. It's all for front. You know what I mean? There's probably 10 VIP rooms in that huge building, and all the rest of it's just coming up.
So now what? His evil little sister's going to take over? That ought to be interesting.
Well, it all depends, and that I reckon she's got to win the generals over and to keep power. And if she doesn't, she'll have an accident too, and they'll take over. How's it always? Look, we're talking about a communist society. This is the Democratic Socialist Republic of People's Republic of Korea. Remember, DPRK, and that Democratic Socialist. And all that. No one's going to tell the truth here. No one's going to be upfront. No one's going to be a hero here. They're all going to do it on a collegial basis, so no one stands out because whole puppies get chopped down over there.
Yeah.
Cut you off. I mean, so it's China that's been hand feeding North Korea for put their elbows on them and shit.
All right.
Giving them oil and shit.
Get back and that in the Korean War, and they were fighting back. Who was the folks who came in and fucking stormed the chosen reservoir and all that sort of thing? Put 1.5 million troops into the field fucking overnight. It wasn't Bulgaria. I'm damn sure it wasn't New Zealand. It was China.
It was China. Marched over.
Exactly, Susan. Exactly. They're trying to get away with the big enchilada, is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, look, I know a lot of people don't like Glenn Beck and all that sort of thing, but I'm going to play a Glenn Beck video. It's 4.5 minutes. He breaks this down very easily, very good. I'm going to bring that up here.
I watched that today. That was very good. And I tried to download it, and the download froze. I could not get it.
Mark Dice, he can't upload at the moment.
Now get this.
He's got a frame over there, so I'm actually getting him to upload. I'm going to loan him my satellite link, and we're going to put it up, and he can run that and upload that way, so they can't identify his system.
That's funny because I was watching that Glenn Beck, and then I went to watch the newest Mark Dice that was this afternoon, which is probably from last evening, I suppose. I'm not sure, but that was a no-go. They would not allow me to play that sucker, and it gave me so much trouble. I skipped around, and it came back with some cartoon, man, for some preschool kids stuff, man, just totally off the wall, algorithm my ass. They just sent me into freaking Dorksville or some shit. Florida.
Okay. All good. I was just checking out. I just posted that link into the chat there for you, Wiz. Any chance you can play that? So
Yeah,
I think it's
okay.
4.5. Oh no, it's 7.5 minutes. Sorry, not 4.5. 7.5 minutes. But you'll get the idea in 4 minutes.
I'll do it if you like.
I got it.
Okay. Hey, Zoom, where'd he go? Where'd he go? How's the fishing today? Good weather, I suppose. Probably fishing today. Are we going to open the Georgia beaches? I don't know. The president says, I don't know. How would I know? How many people are there? How packed are they? I don't, man, you're asking me about a beach in Georgia? Don't you guys got governors or something?
Yeah. Everything's under presidential decree. You can see how they want things run.
Right.
If they get
Okay. So,
that person's going to micromanage everything. Oh no,
Okay.
there's two little girls fucking with a lemonade stand. Shut that down.
right. No.
30 years after Agenda 2030 went public with their goal of bringing a global socialist government off the back of climate change, some of the very same people gathered in October 2019
This is good shit, people. Everybody should watch this.
on what was
This is
needed
a
to
rundown.
fight the global pandemic. It was a conglomeration of business people, health experts, and government officials all over the world. The event was called Event 201. Every year there are outbreaks, but the big one that everyone is afraid of is the 201st. This war game was a plan to find out what it would need, what we need to do to prepare for the inevitable future. It was a collaborative effort between Johns Hopkins University, one of the first progressive universities in the country.
I don't get what he says about how the corporation
When the participants
in the
sat
model
down,
would join in.
this is what they were shown.
Look at them now. You've got the media joining in and that covering bullshit.
Perhaps years ago,
Spreading bullshit.
a new
Actively dissing and attacking people who are leaking the truth.
Right.
Remember, it was ABC that told the PRC who the doctor was in China, giving them the information.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened to him?
No, see, what I don't get is the Agenda 201 scenario puts out that it, and I don't get it. Is it a good thing or a bad thing that they incorporated the government with the, free market corporations? Is that somehow bad, or is the president doing the wrong thing?
Get companies to play along, right? Like 3M and Bayer and those things, the PPE manufacturers and all that sort of thing. But who did they play along with? They didn't play along with you. The 3M is a US company, yes? They enjoy the benefits of being in the US and all that sort of thing. Who did they supply?
China, and they couldn't give nothing to Florida because they were back ordered from China.
Yeah, and they signed up with China first, and they said openly that even if you went to national emergency levels and so they could grab all that stuff, they would honour their supply with their customers, external customers first.
You guys,
in other words, they have allegiance to everybody else except the USA.
You guys, let this rock. I'd like to talk about this because there's some stuff in here that's very, very interesting. Let it rock.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. I just want to give you guys. I want to give us time to comment while we're going through it. So I want to pause.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay, because I want to go through this step by step too. Because Glenn Beck does have his moments, and at least he's putting together a report here. You know what I'm saying? So let's check this.
Now, it was a collaborative between Johns Hopkins University, one of the first progressive universities in the country, not the first, Bill Gates, and the World Economic Forum. When the participants sat down to begin the game, this is what they were shown. Watch.
It began in looking months, perhaps years ago. A new coronavirus spread silently within herds. Gradually, farmers started getting sick. Infected people got a respiratory illness with symptoms ranging from mild flu-like signs to severe pneumonia. The sickest required intensive care. Many died.
Sound familiar? Change pig for bats, you have exactly what's happening right now. I'm going to get more into this after the next break, but I'm not saying, and I want to make this clear, this was not started by the people that organized Event 201. This is just what these people do. They war game future crisis. They nailed this one.
Right.
They also
So,
nailed the plan
good
for a
business.
larger, more centralized government in response to it. It's what they did for climate change, what they had in mind for a global pandemic. Bill and Melinda Gates, who co-sponsored the event, have made advocating for Agenda 2030 one of their main endeavors. They produce all kinds of things. They do this report, Goalkeepers. They produce it every year to ensure all 17 Sustainable Development Goals happen by the year 2030. Multiple other participants are directly linked to Agenda 2030. Sophia Borges, she is the UN Foundation's Senior Vice President. She was the chief negotiator from the UN, compelling countries to adopt Agenda 2030. Then there's Eduardo Martinez. He's an executive at UPS. He also serves at Impact 2030, a coalition to, quote, advance the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and on the board of United Nations Public-Private Sector Coalition. Did you know UPS was involved in this? The merging of public and private sectors. You hear a lot about this. The other members included government officials at the highest levels, like the heads of the CDC in China and even the director of the CDC here in the United States. This scenario provided a direct pipeline from people pushing Agenda 2030 directly to targeted businesses and public policy makers. If you watch this entire event, which you can, one overriding theme always comes up. It's this.
The scenario also highlights the very critical role that global business and public-private partnerships play in preparing for and responding to pandemics.
And we know from past responses that public-private cooperation will be essential.
We're at the start of what's looking like it will be a severe pandemic. And there are problems emerging that can only be solved by global business and governments working together.
Global business and government coming together. That came up over and over and over again. And when the question of who should be given the global centralized orders, of course, Agenda 2030 UN rep spoke up immediately.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. And I wanted to speak to the point about having the honest broken. I think in this regard, the United Nations fits the bill. I think that given that the countries most affected are those that are low and middle income countries with unequal access to technology, to finances, the UN has a worldwide footprint, universally recognized, and universal membership.
Global crisis, business merging with government and giving the power and the credibility to the UN and WHO. Boy, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. No matter what the attendees tried to do, no matter what solutions they came up with, the scenario was designed and destined for catastrophe. In my opinion, it's, to use a Star Trek reference, the Kobayashi Maru. It was rigged from the start. In the simulation, 65 million people die. Global GDP retracts 11%. Markets go down 40%. This is their final produced videos. If any of it sounds familiar, watch.
Attempts to control media messaging, originally aimed only at health-related misinformation, became used increasingly to quash political dissent. Economists say the economic turmoil caused by such a pandemic will last for years, perhaps a decade. The societal impacts, the loss of faith in government, the distrust of news, and the breakdown of social cohesion could last even longer. We have to ask, did this need to be so bad? Are there things we could have done in the 5 to 10 years leading up to the pandemic that would have lessened the catastrophic consequences? We believe the answer is yes. So, are we as a global community now finally ready to do the hard work needed to prepare for the next pandemic?
They didn't have 5 years to prepare. Instead, they had about 5 weeks. And are they not describing exactly to the T the chalkboard I opened my show with today? Faith in media, corporations, government, eroding, economic collapse, civil unrest, and a cry to prepare for the next crisis. I showed you who these people are and what they've been working on since 1992, and prepare in their minds means global centralized control. A global outbreak is exactly the kind of a they've been waiting for. Climate change was taking too long, and it was losing. Well, hear it from their own mouths. Watch.
The annualized risk posed by pandemics is on par and rivals with climate change.
Here's the Event 201 is that almost everything they predicted has come true. They predicted overwhelmed hospitals, the lack of PPE and ventilators, experimental drugs like hydroxychloroquine that would come out, everything. And their predictions will be used as ammo to push their radical agendas. I believe to fundamentally transform the world, it into a centrally controlled monstrosity. Now that you've seen, read, or heard their plans for yourselves, do you agree with it? If you've just only seen this, don't answer that question. Go and do your own homework and then come back to the show. Make sure that you're heard by local and state and federal government officials. Globalism, not on our watch.
All right.
Oh, Florida.
Good. So what I'm seeing here is Trump jumped the gun and had watched the dang it Agenda 201 and was like, well, if the UN thinks that they're going to get cooperation from all these corporations and shit, why don't I just do that myself? Right. And
steal their thunder.
Then what? Steal their thunder. That's a great way to put it.
Steal their thunder.
Yeah,
but then he came out today talking about, and especially her the princess there, Bricks or whatever, she was talking about, oh yeah, we've had this under wraps for a couple of weeks now. We've been getting these corporations together already. We already know what we're doing, which really surprised me because I thought that Trump would be kind of leaving her on the sidelines a little bit. She's kind of spooky, ain't she?
What, Scarf Lady?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know she's seen this writing on the wall. Okay. She watched Fauci take the sword. Okay.
Yeah. Quick question. I know they talk about UN private-public partnerships. There are currently 3 telcos that all of their installs at the moment are non-essential, except the reclassification that they got in the 3 countries that are doing it. One is in the UK, the other in France, and so on. Who pushed those OKs through?
World Health? No, UN, of course.
The UN, and they're all 5G installs. What's the UN got to do with their fucking phones? And especially in the middle of the pandemic. The phone system, I know it's overloaded and all that stuff, but that's not going to get there in time for this. So all these travelling workmen are going around and this as well. You can't do that. Builders can't go.
The beast. It is the beast.
We got big ass towers going up here in rural northern Minnesota, man. All of a sudden, holy fuck, there's a 200-foot tower, man. 200 feet. The ones you see in the city are telephone pole height, okay? 60, 70, 80 feet. These are like big fuckers, 200-foot ones. They got to be beaming it for the rural America, man. They got to be shooting it out all over the fuck.
Well, people have said the same thing about every roller. No, they've only said it about the digital frequencies and the higher end ones. Now, if they use the lower TSM 600, 800 megahertz, no one's bitching about 600, 800 megahertz. It's above a gigabit hertz, and that's where you're starting to start interfering with the electromechanics of the body.
You know what that tower is for? You know what it is? It's an interlink. It's a laser interlink. all those 5G towers are going to be connected with lasers. Dude.
Well, there's no opticals on those things. So how can it be lasers? I've got one here. Don't ask me where I got it. Someone asked me to tear the thing apart and find out what's it. 7 transmitters. That's what's in it. All narrow band spectrum for the thing, and a couple of them aren't the standard Telstra kit. These are Hawaii things come over from there, and they've got some big herbage ones. The power input for that, for 2 of these modules, is more than the rest of the phone system. So I'm tearing. There's no optical stuff in there, so there can't be a laser. You need a light or a clear lens to shoot the light out of for it to be a laser. Even if you don't see it,
it's the microwave. It's microwave. It's microwave. That's microwave.
No, yeah, well, that's about what we're talking about. 5G incorporates 1.6, 1.8, 5.2, 5.6, 5.8 gigahertz. Now, those upper ones fuck with your head. The lower ones fuck with your electromagnetic in your body. That's proven.
Yeah.
5G, forget about the G on that generation. This is the 5th generation digital network.
Right.
But the original frequencies, the upper frequencies, were developed by the US military as a weapon to fry people's skin and to burn them at a great distance. And it didn't do that by using heat or microwaves. Well, similar to microwave. It excited the cell, and it burned the cells in deep. It didn't want, not on the surface, in deep. Because there's enough density in there for it to work.
You being good?
Yeah, Tesla Destro, 60-year-old, they first built it. Tesla never really built it to be rated up and all that sort of thing. Until the military started playing with it. But they couldn't focus it. But now they're starting to learn how to focus with their plasma bubbles. And that, as a byproduct of the electro cannon they got out there, they've got a plasma, a sustainable plasma bubble now. That thing, they can actually focus that ray out of it. But it's a magnetic plasma bubble that you need to contain that Tesla death ray. The papers out on that is Jorgensen et al. Tesla Energy Waveguide Review. It's the name of the document. It's done jointly Caltech and the High Energy Research Institute of Alberta in Canada.
I'm just trying to figure out who's possibly implementing this, though. Are we talking about Siemens? Or are we talking about
Siemens is involved? Well, let's face it, they're the carryover from the old Nazis. Siemens were always Nazis.
Right? Yeah, I'm aware.
And they're also the biggest donators, and that too. What's that? There is actually a forum in America for true white supremacist Aryan nation and all that sort of thing, and it's all on Siemens kit. Whoever he is, and that he asks Siemens for anything, he gets it.
Why you muted? Yeah, he muted and unmuted himself, and then he muted himself. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm muted. Yep.
Oh, tow truck too. Tow truck was like muted. It's like
my doggy's. I don't know what he wants. Go for a walk. You want to go for a walk? Oh, okay, then that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we'll do it Armor's way. Okay. All right, we're going for a walk, guys.
All right, see you, but hurry back.
All right.
And I've been wearing this thing out right here, buddy. Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to go? Are you sure? Yeah. Are you really sure you want to go?
You don't let me out.
Okay. Sorry, it's just shit, man.
Like, you're messing with me. I'm gonna pee on you.
I know what it's like. Because now because of the change of time, but that's the command. Let us in. We want scritches. We want bread. We want toast. We want.
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's cool.
But what I'm saying with the gadgets there, um, everything I've heard about it is pretty much correct. It's low energy, short range. Even the towers are fairly short range, and that's why they want to.
Right, but that's why you won't have a central. You'll have a centralized control gathering station. Okay, and that's where the information will come in from. It'll be a centralized unit since they have to be so close. What's going to happen is they're not going to independently report per se. They're all going to report back to a central tower. Okay.
Oh,
And
actually, here's the thing. It's actually all distributed. This is the structure, and it's all distributed. They're going to have this out and centers all over the world. Mark 1. Hold on for a second. Australia is living the Mark 1 now. It's called the NBN, National Broadband Network. And the reason why that, with all this fibre optic they're putting into it, and it's so slow, is it's all feeding into Echelon, Five Eyes. Every word that's going through the National Broadband Network. That is the centralised structure, right? Yeah, that's Echelon. But Echelon is progressive. And Network there is distributed, right? Yeah? It's not all in the data centre in Wyoming, or the one in Belize, or the other one that's near you in the underground mines there in Missouri. Sorry, I'm not supposed to know about that.
Yeah, it was put up under the guise of Clear WiMAX. I helped develop the shit.
Yeah. Would you like Would you like all the access codes and how often they get changed, and the algorithm used to generate the fucking possessive codes?
No, but I understand the implementation of it, and I know how the towers are connected with satellite. They're connected with fiber. Not if they don't have a site-to-site capability for laser, they're connected fiber.
The Wi-Fi, the 5G can be backed up with laser. Yes, you can have a laser transmitter, big tower here, fucking 50 mile away, another tower, and they receive laser and all that sort of thing. They generally do it with a microwave transmission and all that sort of thing. But yeah, lasers still feasible.
The microwave communication set. Yes, but the towers themselves are connected with a different system with laser interaction.
And all that sort of thing. But this is it's. Basically, every time you send a picture, there's metadata. Every time you put in a text, there's metadata, and all this sort of thing. The metadata is where the gold is, right? Yeah. For intelligence agencies, for marketing companies, people want to know shit about you, right? Yeah. So, if your phone's got a GPS, you might turn your GPS off, but your GPS is never turned off fully, and that's because it puts a GPS stamp on every photo that you take, and you put that out there, and then people can read through the metadata attached to the picture exactly where you took that picture. That's how it works, and that's the standard, and everybody's complying to that standard to get their phones passed. And guess who pushed that standard?
I'm not talking about that side of the technology. I'm talking about
that's what I tell you, International Telecommunications Union. And who
I'm
are
talking
they?
about the damn towers and the signal between and how it's propagated.
Well, how it's propagated is you have to
purpose. I'm talking about physical implementation of these towers and just thinking about it. What I know of communication industry and tower science. And I'm sitting there going, I was a survey team member for the Nextel Corporation when we put in the cell phone tower here in this region, and the tunnels.
I'm working my way down. Give me another couple of these, and I'll chill a little bit there, Don.
And I'm familiar with what WiMAX was all about after I was working with Clear Communications, and yeah. So I'm real familiar with that. That's why I knew about those weird towers, those what I call toilet brush towers.
Yeah. No, they're supposed to look like fake trees.
Yeah, but they look like big giant toilet brushes. That's what they did. And we were like, where the hell those towers come from? What the hell is that? Because we had to do, because I was a signal engineer, and I'm sitting there going, how is that into the mix? How we, you know,
Hold on, Bubba. It's not like you've been in this community a couple of years, didn't look at this stuff up. The fact that you don't see it that way, no one's holding it against you, and that you don't see it that way, and that, but you're not supplying any evidence. We can supply all the evidence that you want to show that this stuff is making people sick. They've tested it and all that sort of thing. 4G was banned until the ITU, and that had the World Health Organization say it was okay, but it was banned in 18 countries. And that for use in residential area. They only use those frequencies in industrial stuff, and you used to have shielding. Now it's all over the place. Why? Because the ITU, by the World Health Organization, this is still the UN.
Wild Bill says he drinks tea more. No, I never heard of Timor, Bill.
East Timor.
That's what Wild Bill says. He drinks tea more.
He drinks Timor. Oh, that's a big
whatever the hell that is. I never heard of that. Must be one of them weird Wild Bill things.
What if birds or cameras they stood on power lines to charge? They're little drones. I bet you they.
Hey, why not? Why not?
Why not? Right.
I got a charging deck here, and that you sit your device on top of it, and it'll charge it through there. As long as you've got a lithium-ion battery, it'll charge.
No, he said Wild Bill said Mo tea. He drinks.
Yeah, but like if you could have a drone that looked like a bird and it landed on a power line, stuck its ass on the power line and that and charged itself up. Why not? It's within the realm of the technology. You ought to see some of the drones getting around nowadays. There's one out there, it's cheap, size of a gnat. It can't do anything. The camera and the Wi-Fi module and that they add that onto it. It can't fly. But that's how small they can get them. Yeah, Timor, place.
Timor, yeah.
Visited and kicked a bunch of Indonesians out.
That's what Wild Bill drinks. That's what he said.
2 gallons of sweet tea a week. Don't drink it yourself.
I drink 2 gallons in 3 days, all by myself. And it's a hot day. I'll drink a whole gallon a day. When it starts getting hot, I'll be drinking a whole gallon a day. Yep.
I'd not get through 2.5 gallons.
Wow, Bill says he doesn't make sense.
Look, a litre a day? Yeah, I can get through that. I do it on a regular basis. 2.5 gallons? Fuck that. I'd be out on the first gallon. The first gallon, yeah, I'd be screaming around.
Better you than me, brother.
I usually drink about 3 or 4 gallons a day, and then I'll use the bathroom once a day.
For half an hour.
Yeah, for about 25 minutes.
44 minutes to empty your bladder out.
Yeah, I'll empty it out like like a spigot. I got a spigot. I can just turn it off, on, drain it just once a day. It's a lot easier that way.
Yeah, look, there's a mass hysteria, except people, you're not the only one who's got video of it. And there's a couple out there. YouTube's taking them down real quick. I don't know. This is, you're talking about the government with these, what they were talking about before, this public-private partnerships. You've got one. You've got the public groups and that, like the Democrats out there and that, and they're partnering up and that with all the fucking media groups and that, and pushing bullshit. And covering up people's fucking facts. People are taking videos of stuff that's going on, and then they're shutting it down.
Yep.
And they know it doesn't comply with the community standards. Yep. Well, hang for it. What is a guy standing in his own backyard shooting video up in the night sky of something flying across in formation, And then he happens to have quite a good little zoom gadget, and it can zoom right in.
Yeah. It's sometimes hard to get your camera to zoom in on something in the sky. It can be difficult.
Yeah, no, this guy had a really nice little setup. And it's on a tripod mount and all that sort of thing, and so it's super stable.
Yeah.
Got it in there, got it focused, and that, and he's able to track it. And they took it down, and he didn't make any claims. He just, I saw this from my backyard.
Yeah.
Got taken down, and he said, "What?" And now it's a major shit fight because at the same time the guy has got a few bucks and he's connected with some good lawyers.
Yep.
And they're going to say, they've said, why is this like this? And now the government's involved. Fucking, what's the government doing?
Well, they fucking shut Alex down, man, and nobody fucking
again a government public-private partnership did that. He's not reporting what the public want, which is them and all that sort of stuff. So they're going to shut him down. He showed support for Trump. He's got to be destroyed.
They're just gonna
look at the attitude of
silence
these people.
everybody they can.
And 3 days ago, you got a major fucking staffer over there on a Dem, and that openly tweeting out there that she'd like to round up all of the Trump supporters and have them infected with coronavirus and just lock them in stadiums around the place and that just to die. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anybody said that about anybody else, the whole world would be going crazy.
Yep.
Private chat.
Yeah. Where is anybody with any sense in any of this?
Yeah. Not in the mainstream here anyway.
No. You know what I think? This is what I think. There's a dial somewhere, and somebody set it on maximum dumbass. And that's where it is. And me, you, none of us has access to that dial.
All right. On your dial, it says maximum dumbass. On the rest of the world's dial, it says socialism.
They set it on maximum dumbass.
The people's things and that dead set fuck with. Total fucking idiocy. Brain dead. Brain dead sheep.
It is, man. It is. I mean, it's just full wacko. Without control.
The sheeple.
Even, freaking, I hate even Fox News, man. They're worse than all of them. They can tell you about it. They can take 30 minutes out of every hour to explain.
Susan, I am a sugar addict.
But they don't.
My name's Jack, and I am a sugar addict.
Oh, I'm a chocoholic.
Hi, Jack.
I'm Wizard of Oz, and I'm a chocoholic. Okay.
I think it's only going to get more stupid. Actually,
it is.
I think it's going to get more.
It's going to get more stupid. It's going to get crazier.
You guys want to see a chocolate addict, man?
Yeah, the Aldi chocolates.
I didn't tell you. I went back and got 4 more.
The other thing, Susan, is I swing. I swing between sugar and
chocolate addict.
And at the moment, I'm on a salt kick. So yeah, feed the man salt.
Don't think I'm an addict or nothing.
Chips, anything salty.
I'm just real messy.
Heck, I made margaritas the other night. Used up the last of my Jose. Forget what it is. It's not bad tequila. It's not great tequila. It's not Suevo.
Jose Cuervo.
Jose Suevo. Yeah. It's not. It's nice. It's nice. It's not. I've had some bloody good tequilas. I must admit. Well, we got a Mexican couple that moved to the desert country over here, and they make their own tequila. They never got licensed though because they're in the wrong state. They fucked up. 2 years after they bought the place over there, lefty government moved in and all that sort of thing, and they could never get certified because they came out openly very early on we're anti everything the Mexican government stands for, socialism and all that sort of thing, revolution and all that sort of stuff. It's all a way for a few people to grab all the power and all the money and make everybody else work for them. And he said, we come to Australia so we work for ourselves. And the lefty governments over there tried everything. So they're still going.
I still got more boxes down there.
Yeah, their tequila is very much underground, like a lot of things in Australia. We call it the Ned Kelly industry. So they don't sell it directly; they just make the stuff, and other people turn around and pop up every now.
That's the problem.
So I'm on the list. If anybody's got a bottle of it, or two of their tequila, and a couple here.
Oh yeah, Cadbury eggs. Oh my god, yeah.
Hey, you think Cadbury eggs are great?
I don't like those Peeps. Oh, I hate them, man. I don't want to see how people like them. Chocolate chip cookies. Oh man, I bet that's some good stuff.
Yeah, but they only make like 5,000 or 10,000 bars every year, and they mix them in with the regular Cadbury bar chocolate. But because it's got the gold on the top always, you can spot it. And so this one was in with the cherry ripe bar. We got chocolate over here, cherry ripe, and they put it into that as well. And yeah, it was all the red things, and there's a little stripe of gold in there, and I knew what that meant straight off the bat. And so that's sitting there waiting for Tracy to get here because she's never had, and I've only tried little bits and pieces before because they're only pretty rare. So I actually got one this year. So I'm just keeping that there.
I actually just quit eating chocolate.
Just quit eating chocolate?
Yeah.
Until tomorrow?
When I ran out.
Yeah.
Yeah, until tomorrow when you go to the store.
One thing about it, though, I got the Cadillac going.
Good deal. Good deal.
I like that. I can see the chat.
Yeah. This is a lot better, man.
I don't have to sit over there.
Right. Right. I was going to say, you're in your chair. It's looking good.
Yeah. I guess I could show it to you. Huh? Let's see. I don't have to sit there. You guys can't hear that fan, can you?
What fan?
Nope.
Cool. All right.
Actually,
it's not that bad, Crow. I can still go a little while. I'm not quite in need of airdrop. It's funny. I'll mess with my mom. I'll say, yeah, I don't know why. Out of nowhere, I just get the munchies. It's like there's something in my eye. Or I'll tell her, I said, you didn't see the smoke signal that was sending you earlier? Messing with mom. That's funny.
Yeah.
After I explained to her what 420 means. She quit sending me texts at 420. I says, okay, happy 420. And she's like, what? I said, well, it's 420. tell you though, man, this year, whew, this coil, man, that's the best. That's better. That's way better than I can do with my torch. Honestly,
Wow.
awesome. It does an awesome job.
There you go.
I am impressed. I'm impressed. I'm about to
2-minute
fire.
warning. 2-minute warning.
All right. It takes about 5 minutes to warm up.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Monk fruit. Oh yeah, that's right. Susan always talking about that for sugar or something. Yeah.
.com. Almost.
That's about Jack's couch.
What?
Hold
There's a-
on, I gotta read this again. Yeah, yeah. He says, "I think I've had too much sugar. Jack's couch looks like a fat lady in a white skirt bending over."
no. Tracy's not here.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're on glasses on.
Man, what happened?
I'm
Made you
trying.
look smarter all of a sudden.
I'm just seeing if you can see that. I'll just play with this. Get the focusing on that.
Right? Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh, tilt it the wrong way. You see that?
Yeah.
That's Don's pin.
Oh, wow.
Wow. There you go.
So that's
cool.
what it looks like. I just polished it and etched it.
Awesome.
So yeah. So I've got to put the fine work glasses on for those ones.
Right.
3 sets of glasses. So and ones that look like bloody microscopes. And that on each lens. So
Oh, good night, Southern Belle.
20 times magnification.
Oh, Southern Bell's leaving?
Yeah, I just seen it. I hope I didn't miss her.
Might have lagged.
That's awesome, man.
Dream well, Patriot.
So I better get that out. So that's good. And
I had build mine up too. I think. No.
Yep. Well, that's the whole idea of it. That there's enough there. I knocked that up a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Just got it set and all that sort of thing. So there's enough there to do Don's knife. So purpose for it being made.
There you go.
When you're stoned and that, and you get fiddly with all fine little bits and that, and sit up till midnight, and that's the result.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All it takes is an idea just out of nowhere.
Yeah, what have we got here? And written around in boxes and all the different sized brasses and bits of stainless.
I do
Tube
the same shit.
what can I make? Yeah, what can I make out of that? So it's like this one. Working on it at the moment, and that I've got to do a little bit more on it. Got a couple of little things. So I'm going to regrind and see if in the center there. See how that middle pattern is sort of void?
Yeah.
Not the other swirls. There is a pattern in there. I'm just going to have to go deeper, but you can't see into it until you've actually etched it, and to bring out the contrast. So now I'm going to have to regrind and take it down finer. So that was going to be an Italian 200-year-old style chef knife, and that with a convex grind. Now it's going to be a flat grind because the pattern doesn't work out for a convex grind. Convex grind is the sides come down and curve into the point. So it's a curve that comes down right down to the cutting edge. So if you look along there, you see the blade's quite thick at the spine.
Yeah.
And it's a slow curve, both sides down to the edge.
Right.
I'll just take that down flat both sides and turn it into a modern chapper. Take the back out a little bit, take that curve out of the back a little bit and turn it into a modern chapper. The steel will tell you what knife will come out.
Oh,
You
okay.
might come in there with an idea of what you're going to get out of it, but the steel will tell you, no, the pattern doesn't work out. No.
Right.
It's going to work out with this. Yeah, do that. It's like wood. If you can start working with wood, it'll start taking you and say, no, I'm going to work better this way.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
You put a grain in something, and that's what you're doing. You're putting a grain in steel. By turning it into Damascus, you're putting a grain in.
Right.
And you got to follow the grain. Got to follow the grain. Can't go against it. And you fight nature if you're going against the grain.
Right. Right.
Whew-wee. All right. Now I'm ready. .com.
Oh shit! I got ahead of myself too.
Sausage, sausagegravyBiscuitFarms.com. Right. Fire in the bowl. There it is. I guess Canoes decided to take the goat out. Right.
Well, hopefully you let the goat out for a run.
I said, it's like, where's Canoes?
He
Hopefully
took the goat for a night out on the town.
Hopefully out chasing some nice little nanny goat.
They're out running the hills.
Yeah, running the hill.
Over the hills and far away.
Oh man.
Oh man. Woo.
How is first aid iodine ingestible? Okay, firstly, it's not meant to be. But if you put 2 drops, if it's a liquid, if you put 2 drops in water, and don't laugh, I mean, just the finest amount of dishwashing liquid, and that get a natural one, no phosphate. I use bushland lemon detergent and use that as a wetting agent. You won't notice the taste of the iodine. And just as a wetting agent. Then just sip it over the day. Now, if you've got crystals, get the smallest little crystal in there, half a drop of water. And if it's semi-clear, like only just a hint of colouring in the water, it's okay. If it's too dark and that like you still see through it, but it's starting to look like weak tea, don't drink it. It's too strong. Water it down. Off the glass. That's why you start with half I think, but get the smallest crystal you can. So, but that's all iodine is ingestible. It just doesn't taste fucking nice, and some of it'll burn you, and then in concentrate form. That's why you got to water them down. Other than that, the same thing as pure salt. If you got pure sodium, like the salt that's refueled, not sodium, whatever, just pure sodium, it'll burn your skin just to touch it. But we eat salt every day. So, and just water it down, man. Water it down. You know, don't need much. Starts your immune system, gets that going, all that sort of thing.
Only a few drops in a glass of water. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is what I do. I've got a glass of water over by the sink that's half drunk now, and that's my iodine water. So when I go up there and I do a bit of sanding, like I washed off the acid off Don's sink, I took a swig then. Come back over here, now I'm drinking my booze again and all that sort of thing. Next time I go over there, whatever the reason, you know, make a cuppa. When I'm finished here, I'll have another swig there. Tonight, I go over there making tea. I'll have another swig. You know.
Well, your exposure to the amounts of heavy metals that you're exposed to, yeah,
that's why I want a little bit constantly through the day, because I'm working with metal, I'm getting slag, I'm getting smoke, I'm getting all the rest of the shit. So, yeah, I've been doing the iodine And you can just buy betadine. You know what betadine is? It's the topical outside stuff. But
Right.
for 5 years, I couldn't get the good iodine that I wanted, so I used just betadine. And one bottle lasted me 5 years. We're talking 2 drops a day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why for 5 years I ran on betadine. You're still getting it in there, but you're getting the other stuff with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the 90s, I was on probation, and I used to take these piss tests, and it would like go in this, like, it was the old piss test.
Yeah,
Like,
over so many of the crystals and that for a certain length of time and that for it to work. You know, if the crystals change a certain color, it showed you had alcohol or drugs.
yeah, and I would take a gallon of water and put a cap full of bleach in it.
Yeah.
And drink that whole gallon.
Uh-oh. He fell off the wagon. He's back. Hold on.
There he is. He's back.
He's back. What's up? Good deal.
So, yeah, look, bleach is another thing. If you drink straight bleach, it'll kill you. A little bit of water and that on a regular basis. Not being rude, I scrub out my bathtub with bleach and all that sort of thing. I'm in the bathtub when I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Pull the plug out, wash out. You just wash out the dirty bath water. You got the ring around that you've just left, and that. Get your scrubbing pad, a little bit of bleach on it, run on that, and then turn the shower hose on and that, and scrub out the bathtub, and it's clean. And you get rinsed down too.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's all good. I won't take video of how I do it. I'm not wearing a lot at the time, and we're already in strife for that. And I just had my shirt off.
Oh shit. Yeah, no doubt.
I tell you what, if I was 19 years of age and I had double D bust, and female, obviously, you wouldn't have been kicked off.
And you'd be rich right now.
Damn straight, we'd have a big fucking. Look at some of these girls and these gamer girls. No one of them was getting 16 grand a month on average, and that through this Patreon stuff, and that just so she would play games with guys. But she wears, you know, like a G-string and a bikini top when she's playing the game, and she's got the camera on herself, and she's sitting cross-legged in the chair half the time, so they're getting a good perk. So yeah, that's what they're paying for. This is virtual prostitution.
Wow. I got the wrong job.
You got the wrong sex, man. I know something great that's fucking anxiety. I just can't mention it on TV and that, and I've got to wait till Tracy gets here and that until I can enjoy it.
Oh.
Right. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation.
Yeah, I tell you. Well, let's go into it. I'll tell you. When Tracy gets here, we'll make up. I'll make up. Probably go down the IGA and get a barbecue chicken, because they do a really good barbecue down there. They've got proper roaster, all that sort of thing.
Drink your insurer, Jack. You got to replenish your.
Shred some salad at home, some pasta salads and all that sort of thing, 3 or 4 salads and all that sort of thing. A couple of steaks, and that. Go down the river, barbecue down there, swim around the river, because no one else is around. Have fun in the water. Nice barbecue, all that sort of thing. Stay on, sunset, cook up a couple of steaks, all that sort of thing. Yeah.
May have to kill a couple crocs, but oh well.
No. Look, crocs, 1,000 miles north. Where I used to live, there was crocs. Where I was going to move to, there was crocs.
Oh yeah.
Got a funny story about a croc, and that got an email the other day from a mate. He's been out of touch for a couple of weeks, and he just letting us know he was trying to change a tyre near the Daly River, and so he backed it away from the river and all that sort of thing. Left it until morning, so So you go out there and change the tyre late at night, and he just driving on the flat tyre, didn't care about stuff, and he just do it in the daylight. Because too close to the Daly River, it's chockers full of crocs. Right, Daly River, you do not want to camp next to and all that sort of thing. So he backed it up a couple hundred yards up the hill, set himself up a hammock in the trees, all the smart stuff and all that sort of thing. Because the guy's been running around in the bush as long as I have. So he's not a mug. But he gets up the next morning. The spare tyre that he laid out next to the truck, it's in the fucking water. Crocs fucking come up there and that fucking played with the bloody thing and that flips out the way. So been smelling the human and all that sort of thing. Got the shits with it, tossed the tyre. Tyres rolled down the fucking hill. It's in the water. So he's got to go down there, and he said, I could see 4 of them trying to line it all up. And he says, I had them all blunt. I got a rope with a little grappling hook down in the back of the truck. So he went over there, grabbed the grappling hook and dragged it out. And all 4 crocs came out. He said the 4 lines, it was like 4 torpedoes coming in the water. You know, the bow waves. You couldn't see them, but they were making bow waves because the water there is only 18 inches deep. So they come they're coming up to the crossing and all that sort of thing. So he just hoiks it up there and that because he knows once they're on land and going uphill, he can outrun them and all. That's all fun. He's just teasing them. But he turns around to do a big sprint and there's fucking a big one right behind him. They fired out at him. There was one waiting up the hill for him.
Oh, wow.
Fucking hell. He said, no, fuck that. He just jumped in the back of the truck until he got bored and fucked it up. Said,
Wow.
About 9. This is like 5:30 in the morning, first light and all that sort of thing. And so you waited about 9 o'clock in the morning, full daylight and all that sort of thing. It was too hot for them then, and they got to get in the water. So while it's still cool and still damp, yeah, they had the whole place pegged out. They thought they were on an easy feed.
Oh, wow.
So folks who ever go camping over here, who thinks, oh yeah, you see the croc signs up there and you have a big laugh. Don't laugh. These things are fucking smart.
Yeah, no.
And big. The big guy was up on the hill.
Wow.
Man, I camp inside my truck. Fuck that.
Yeah, well, no, it's too hot, man, up there.
Yeah, it's like here. Yeah.
And that, so we all got these little mesh hammocks and that, and ropes on them and that, and all that sort of stuff. You put you cut a couple of dowels in there to stretch you out, open and all that sort of thing. You have that 6 foot above the ground, no dramas. And that you put your hooch, you know, your single fly hoochy thing in that we used to get in the army years and years ago. Half a pup tent. You put that across yourself, it's all rigged up with a couple of hockey straps. Yeah, you're comfy as heck. Nothing can touch you besides the mosquitoes. And I'm a wimp. I take a mosquito net with me. So it's all good. I'll bite my ass, but
yeah.
Well, they come underneath the hammock, so they can bite you through, get you that way.
Man.
Bite your ass.
I tell you, man, I've been stung by a scorpion. That was the most painful sting I've ever felt in my life. And it was a little pine scorpion.
Yeah, the real little ones that we get over here, they're the ones that'll fuck you over.
Man, it hurt. It hurt so bad on the back of my neck too. I thought I was gonna have to take it to the hospital with me. That's how bad it fucking hurt.
We got a drink over here. It's Inner Circle Rum Red, and that's overproof. It's 60% rum, 60%, 60 proof rum, not 40% or 60 like normal. So anyway, guy I know, big fella, strong fella, bit on the wrist, just under his glove. He's got rigger's gloves on, and that he's working a place. Scorpion gets in the back of the glove, bites him on the wrist. One of the little ones. His arms swollen up and all that sort of thing. We're about 4 hours away from the bloody hospital. We've poured half a bottle of rum into him. He's crying like a baby. And no reason why, because those little ones and all that sort of thing. They said, it's lucky you got him here when you did, and otherwise his arm could have exploded. It's just crazy. It just swelled up like it was tearing. And you could see the skin was stretching and that under the swelling. Wow. Crazy, nasty stuff.
Damn.
Agony.
One time I got a nail through my thumb.
The big ones, they'll grab you and that, but they don't They got a dull stinger. It's like it doesn't penetrate real easy.
Oh, dream well, Zoom. See you
Take
tomorrow.
care. All right.
He must have got stung by a poisonous one.
2 p.m. Before you go to bed, send me an email there, Zoom, so I can pull it out and pull it up. Otherwise, I've got to set my alarm. So I normally wake up around about 4:30 and all that sort of thing. That's fine. But I'll set the alarm for 10 to 4. So I'm halfway awake when I call you. Thank you. You have a good night there, mate.
Yeah. Dream well, Patriot.
Yeah, Zoom's all right. I guess they opened up Georgia. I don't know. Shit, I ain't even heard.
They're relaxing some of the stuff.
I haven't even heard.
Yeah, it was. Trump wasn't happy with it because they were opening up not just the parks and all that stuff, but he wasn't happy with it because they were opening up the massage parlors and shit.
Well,
yeah, well, Hooker's got to make 11 too.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, they got them. You know, why not open them?
Whoa.
There's a head shop in Gainesville. They're suing the city so they can be called essential. I got the article. If anybody's in, it's a head shop.
Well, listen, we got, even in Missouri, we've got counties that don't have any deaths.
Right.
Okay.
Australia has 86, I think. Isn't that right, Jack?
What's
the
that?
whole continent of Australia, death toll is 86.
No, it's around about 300, but most of those are off the cruise liners that you folks fucking tossed over to us.
Right. There were none. Those were.
There's 300. There's 300 more than what they're quoting, and they all came off ships. Because nobody would accept these ships except for Australia. New Zealand wouldn't accept them, and the US wouldn't accept them. And then, fucking, we had one come out from Italy. We had to fly everybody out here. We didn't just take Australians either. We took the Americans off as well. They're over here. Two of them are in the number of dead. And that,
they must have had money to pay their way.
That cruise was not such an elderly population, and that's why that cruise liner there, the one in the Italian, and that they were 35 to 50 age group mainly. The two Americans that passed away were the seniors of the group. They were the oldest folks on the board, on the boat. They were in their 60s, but they went on all the little. It was a swingers cruise. So basically,
I mean,
and that's
that is a minimal.
Yeah, a floating orgy basically. So
it's basically died out where you're at, ain't it, Jack?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty
much. That is.
Yeah, but the UN's pushing a lot of stuff and pumping money into the place. I think in the last 48 hours, they've promised something like about $250 million for different projects around there. So we keep the lockdown happening. They've got to keep everybody in fear. They've got to keep that, especially for the US, because they've got to push that past the point for the election so they can get the mail-in votes.
That's never going to happen. Yeah.
Right out. How to help get rid of Trump, because he's the troublemaker. He's led, he's oversaw Brexit, and that happened. And that now other folks are talking about leaving the EU. Chile's fucking bailing out. They've got a guy who's now trying to emulate Trump up there and all that. So I think the lefties are hating him. There's too many folks getting the example of Trump. Ukraine, the new guy over there, apparently doing a pretty good fucking job rounding up all these crooks. Two oligarchs in jail at the moment. One had an escape attempt, hired a helicopter. They shot it down.
Wow. They ain't fucking around, are they then? They ain't playing.
No. They called two bloody fighter jets. The chopper was hanging around the jail and all that sort of thing. They were trying to get in there. They just locked everybody in the cells and that. Filled up the yard full of the guards shooting at the chopper. The chopper fucked off. As soon as they got over the mountains, two fucking fighter jets. Gone. See you later.
I got to tell you, that's pretty good to hear.
So,
That
you
means
know,
what's happening.
they're losing control. Hungary has told the IMF, fuck yourself. Told the UN, fuck yourself. The EU, fuck yourself. And they're not interested. They're not taking migrants. They're a Christian country. They're going to run things the way they want, and they're not going to bloody be going broke over a bunch of bloody illegal immigrants who have never paid taxes there in their life. The EU actually told them to stop paying pensions to 1/3 of their elderly pension holders because they've got they estimated. So apparently these guys go around finding out how much everybody's got, and that before they make these suggestions, either they're just pulling a number out of their ass. So stop paying pensions for 1/3 of your pensioners, so you can afford to take in all the illegal immigrants. I said, what, our citizens? I said, yes, you can afford it. No, we can't. See you later. And they issued a warrant for the arrest of George Soros.
Yep.
Fucking good.
Yeah.
No one's going to hand him over, though.
Right.
Even though Hungary's part of the EU and they've all made the agreement, why is this guy exempt? They're not even going out to arrest him. And they won't let Hungary's police go over there and fucking grab him. And that goes against the charter of the EU.
What?
Yeah, well, don't they all agree to share a thing? If you've got a criminal in your country, like Italy, and they want it in France, that the Italians will fucking extradite him out to France to face charges?
Yeah.
Yes. And so why aren't they doing that with George Soros, and that he's currently in bloody Switzerland? It's part of the EU. You know what I mean? He's been in France, he's been down in Italy, he's been up there in Belgium, been 6 months in Belgium. Side trip to Canada and that for the elites meeting over there, and a quick trip to the US. Now, US is a partner with Hungary. Why didn't anybody arrest Soros then?
Right.
Nobody's arresting Soros.
Because nobody's got a brain here, man. Nobody. Well, I mean, us, but.
EU, but he's been through 9 EU countries, and not one of them have tapped him at all. He's actually been shaking hands with the president of some of these countries. And Hungary saying, well, you let this guy, he's a criminal here. He's done stuff. He's tried to fuck around our elections. He funded groups to smuggle illegal immigrants into our country, broke our immigration laws, all that sort of thing. We want him. And that nobody's going to touch him.
I just remembered, I heard that TMZ is reporting Kim Jong-un died or is in a...
And they're listening to Blazing Press. Okay.
Remembered that.
When they announce a new dear leader, and that's when you know he's dead. Everything else, and that it's a communist regime. Truth is the scarcest over there.
Yep. I'm to the point. I've actually made the conclusion that like all these news stories, you basically can pretty much count on that thing pretty much happened, but not the way they said it did, and missing many facts.
Like the truth.
Right, exactly. So you can kindly only be sure that that thing probably is happening somewhat at all. I mean, really, you know.
Yeah.
So he might be out of commission. He might be sick. He might be whatever. You know, who knows? Yeah, it's weird.
I'm just going to
it. You know, when Trump said it was a hoax. You know, so we'll see. You know, because Trump ain't wrong for not giving no. I mean, that's not everybody's business to be talking about on the public TV. You know what I mean? On the TV. You know, he's not obligated to tell everybody how his international relations with each country leaders are. You know.
I'm going to share something with you if I can.
All right.
This is JujuBot. Juju's one of the main meme creators. If you don't know what's going on, a lot of the memes that come out on Red State, Triple N Network, Next News Network, and all that sort of stuff, Gateway Pundit, and all that sort of thing, actually come from JujuBot. And here's JujuBot in action, actually creating a new Joe Biden meme.
Cool.
And if you can see that, I've got the sound muted because they do play music in when they're doing that, rightio. So I don't want to get us in strife. They pay the license to play that music. They've got an APRA, American Performing Recording Artists Association, and they can broadcast that like in a factory workshop and all that sort of stuff because it's members only. I'm a member, and so they can get away with it. You don't. So I've got it. So you don't, but you can see I'm sorry for the relay, it's very slow. This is coming from Texas up the link over to here, then back up the link and back over to you, and yeah, it's very slow.
It just went blurry.
So that was something I get involved with. I used to be an admin over there on JujuBot.
Yeah.
The YouTube community is out there. They're working hard. That people are going to tear this one a new one, and we're going to do it with a bit of class and a bit of style. So,
well,
and we can do it with humor.
All you got to do is have a brain and be able to see. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's not that hard.
Critical thinking and
it's not that hard. But
just a little critical thinking, and guess what?
They've got that dial. They turn that dial up. It's all the way up. It can even go up higher. I don't know.
You know what time it is?
I got to go.
Time for pie.
It's almost time for me to release about 25 gallons or so.
I have pies. Drive in now or not?
Between 25 and 50 liters of liquids.
25 or 50 liters of liquid.
Yeah. That's about average.
Hell yeah.
Died to a fire in the bowl. It's almost fire in the bowl. Time for pie. Let's get some pie. Boy, every morning, man, I'll talk about, let's get high. Oh, good night, Susan. Of course, I don't get high anymore. Ever since I started using this there. That right there. I don't get high no more. I just stay high.
Oh, shit.
I'll be right back.
Cheers there, Susan. Take care. All wanting to make you eat sweets. Well, no one's making you do anything, man. We're just enjoying life as it is, and that's where we are as we are.
You know it.
No one's making anybody do anything.
Oh, this is so good.
Well, mate, let me just check. Maybe I do have a twist Bubba's arms button somewhere around here. No, I really don't think I got one here, man. So, yeah.
Oh man,
But sweet pie is so good.
fresh is super
Yeah.
fresh.
Or give us a bite by bite description. Describe the pastry first.
Mm.
No one's making Barbara do anything though.
I know, right? The pastry on these pies are just as good as any pie I've ever had out of a store.
Your wife did the paperwork and wiped properly afterwards.
They do have it down to a science. I will say that local bakery around here is pretty good. And
Cool. And don't forget to wash your hands afterwards, there, Bubba. Paperwork and handwork. That's most important.
Corn tortillas. I like them Banderito tortillas. Called Banderito.
Banderito.
And there ain't nothing to them either. They're about that thick. There ain't shit to them.
Eggs and a tortilla.
Shoot, that sounds good. With some tea more.
Like a chili cheese omelet.
Man.
Wouldn't that be the shit?
Wash it down with some tea more.
Yeah, chili cheese. Yeah.
Make some food every day.
It's funny.
I like pizza for breakfast.
All the time.
But it don't matter, to me what time it is. If I'm gonna eat, that's what every day it is,
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. I was making soup the other night at bloody 9:30 at night. Sitting here and that thinking,
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta. I've been eating the shit out of these peaches right out of the can.
Chicken and that, and put it in the pan and that, and just browned it, and then put it in the pressure cooker and that, and did that with some rice and all that sort of stuff, and that, and did chicken stock. Yeah, that's all.
Man, I've been eating these right here around it. Woo!
Sliced peaches.
Yeah. I don't have to use my teeth for these.
Yeah.
I only use them for this. That's it.
Oh, right.
Or going out.
Well, it's time for fire in the bowl.
Really? All right.
I bought 5 minutes with the pie.
Okay.
So
that's gonna take me 5 minutes.
It's time for fire in the bowl.
Well, I'm working. I got a list of my most favorite Asian soups, because there's a lot of Asian soups, and I went to about. I've got about 70 on the list that I'd actually try, and then there was another 30 that I'd never tried, and they look good in the recipe thing. So I'm working my way through 100 soups. Yep. All that sort of thing. And I'm up to about 53, and that since I did that it's only been a couple of months too. I'm up to 53.
Got 53 down.
Man, healthy, fresh, and the taste combination. Some of the herb combinations.
Right? You cook it with the soup. Oh my god,
that's what you are, Jack. You just know food for soup.
Now, I tell you what, I really like to do is I like to take turkey dinner after like a big turkey dinner, and you take the bones and you make the soup with that. You know what I'm saying? And you add a little bit of the fat in, and and you make the broth, and then you can do rice or noodles or whatever you like.
Well, when Tracy was here, because we got a turkey farm at the road, and they processed around. I got a turkey butt. That's the breast, no wings, no legs. and all that sort of thing. Roasted that. Now, saved the drippings out of that, poured that into a coffee cup, and had all the juices. Just stuck that in the fridge. I ate the breast meat over the next couple of days and all that sort of thing, or most of it. And the rest of it, I just put in the pressure cooker. Some chicken stock, some veggie stock, a mixture of veggie stock and all that sort of thing. Fine sliced celery, all the stuff that you want in there, just to flavour your stock, and then the juice back in, and the pan juice, and that out of the bacon tray, back in, and all that sort of thing, and just cook that up. 25 minutes in the pressure cooker, and all the flesh on those bones are now falling into the soup. Another 25 minutes, and you add your fine herbs, your green herbs, and your dry herbs in there. Do that 25, and then strain your stock, and all that sort of thing. And that, put that into ice cube trays, put them into plastic bags and all that sort of thing, and put them away. You have a soup base. Every bag with a dozen ice cubes is a soup base. It's so full of flavour and that sort of stuff. Crazy. You can add packet chunk into it, a tin of corn to that, and some potatoes. Just boil the whole lot up, and you still got something that's magnificent.
Yep.
Jack's going quantum soup on us.
Oh, barley. The nuttiness of barley, people don't appreciate. That nutty taste. And what you can do, Bill, dry roast your barley before you put it in there. And that holds a whole new dimension on it. I know why my chookies like eating the dry mash.
Chuckies. That's like a crawfish.
No, chookies, chickens.
Oh.
When you make your mash, you boil it all up and you drain it all up, and you've got all the fragments of the mash in there, and you throw it. I just throw it out the back, and the chookies get into it, and then, because I always do that early in the morning, and they're fucked for the rest of the day. They're drunk. They stagger. Tracy's got a video of them when they're drunk. Drunk chook.
My buddy had some chickens. He'd leave them run around in the yard, and I said, "Let's go out there and cook one." He goes, "Well, you got to catch one first." Closest I came was throwing a hammer like sideways. I almost got his neck that way, but the things are fast.
We usually use a net.
We didn't eat chicken that day. I said, "Dadgum, look how fast that son of a bitch is."
Show you how it's done.
I wasn't doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Well, he caught on to that. He wasn't coming around no more. He'd come around, but boy, he had that eye. He'd look, and if you even got close to throwing that, I tried a stick, and stick was good, but that hammer had a little bit of weight to it.
I'm sitting out the back last night, and that after we finish here, I'm running a bath, and I roll myself a joint, and I'm sitting out the back there, and I stretched out, all that sort of thing. Fucking chook comes up and jumps straight up on my guts, and it's happening. You know what I mean? And they're not even like chooks. These are the next door neighbours' chooks.
Oh, so he was like a pet. So
they're all like pets here. You can see them. They get into the house every chance they got. I had to put a 5-ply bloody piece of board over the bloody doggy door to stop them getting in the house.
They got the mean ones here now. There's some down the road. They roam the neighborhood over there, and they're mean. They're mean now. You ain't gonna.
These girls will stick up for themselves.
If one of them gets that close, man, you better try to wring his neck or something, because they'll light you up.
It's different here. All the critters in the district find their way here, and that horse will get out. It'll find its way here. The dogs get out. They come here.
Right.
Everything's welcome here, critter-wise, anyway.
Right.
Half the people can fuck off, but like the critters are all welcome. So, and they know that. It's always been that way.
There's a guy that raises that.
And that kangaroos would come into my place and hide, even though I'm hunting things down the river and that and eating them in the house. But the ones that were around my area, I didn't hunt and all that sort of thing. They just come out and hung around and all that sort of thing. They were safe and that. And if the kids came around on dirt bikes and that, because they every second weekend or something, and that was some kids come up and they'd have dirt bikes and all that sort of stuff.
This guy
Warriors
around
is
raised
south of the border.
and some of them get out.
Warriors, what? So an hour, not even an hour's drive south of the border.
Shoot, where you're at?
No, Miriam's asking where Juarez was.
Oh. I was just trying to place what border. That's all.
Yeah, closer to the US border. A friend of mine, when I was in one of the Carolinas, north or south, Fort Bragg, where it's one of the Carolinas there. We went for a weekend down to Juarez in Mexico.
Fort Bragg's Indiana, right?
Hey? Fort where is in Indiana?
Fort Bragg is Indiana, right?
It's in one of the Carolinas. I just forget which one. That's where I went when 9/11 happened, and I was on a flight over the US, and that's where we organised everything. Was at Fort Bragg.
Man, I was in prison.
North Carolina. Thank you, Crow Minion. Yeah, I knew it was one of the Carolinas.
We thought they were going to send the National Guard in to guard us or something. We didn't know what the fuck was happening, man. Nobody did. We was like,
yeah, no. Well, some of us did. Look, there was a guy, and that he ran a group over there called the Northern Alliance, and he wanted to make peace with America and the rest of the world and all that sort of thing, and he wanted to educate women and all that sort of stuff. He was a progressive guy. He was a school teacher. He ran the Northern Alliance, and he fought the Soviets for a lot of years. But he also made a statement. He says, when Al-Qaeda and Bin Laden kill me, they'll go for America next. They killed him 3 weeks before they attacked America. And the guy knew the fucking playbook. He helped write it, unfortunately. And but he's not a jihadi. He doesn't believe in jihad.
This is what I yell right before
his name was Masud.
This is my jihadi cry. Let's get out. That's my Gan jihadi. My Gan jihadi cry.
Poor old Masud did most of the fucking fighting, and fucking Al Qaeda and the Taliban fucking get all the credit. And that because they were fucking created by the ISI, but because they weren't jihadists and all that sort of stuff, they weren't backed by the ISI, which is the Pakistani thing, and who all the money was coming from America. These guys, the Northern Alliance, they got a little bit of assistance, not a lot. They predated the Soviets. They did major raids on their bases and all that sort of stuff. Some pretty cool fucking moves, actually, over the years. If you want to make some movies, there's a real life movie that you can tell fucking heroics, fucking all the rest of it, daring. Everything's got to do it. You just got to talk to the survivors. The problem is, after the end of the war and the Taliban took over, they sorted out
what the hell we were talking about.
After they took out Masud, and that most of their war is amongst themselves. So,
I forgot what the hell we were talking about. Man, yeah, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Yeah, that's the last thing I remember.
That's where we went to. We were talking about Afghanistan. Yeah.
Man.
Missed opportunities.
Oh.
Missed opportunities.
Yeah. I ruined my whole life. Way back.
I must admit, and that doing the amount of jail time you've been doing, that's a fucking. But I'm so blessed, fucking, I didn't have to go through that sort of shit. That would kill me. Give me the military. Give me fucking war. Give me fighting. Fucking, you know.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson.
A cage? Fuck's sake, no.
No, that's the same here. I was like, no.
It's like that Pink Floyd song. Will you take exchange a walk-on part in a war for a lead role in a cage? No. You know what I mean?
Dude, this right here, buddy. Oh my goodness.
Good stuff.
Oh man.
I'm glad it's working for you, but like,
I thought I was good with that torch. Is really what it was. I can't.
What temperature is it set on?
475.
That's what. It's now. See, that's what we used in the volcano.
Oh man, I mean that is just about perfect right there. I didn't even cough. And that's
like 475 to 480 was our operating. Yeah.
I mean that right there. I'm impressed. I'd have to say that I'm impressed. I have to admit, I ain't got nothing on that. I admit that, man.
All right, now
good. I really did. I thought I was good with the torch. Can't compare to that right there. Now ain't nothing.
What did you say, Jack?
No, in the chat there, they're talking about a Mossberg Junior 510 wireless leaving fucking snake bites in the brass.
Yep, 475.
There was an article about that on one of the gun forums. There's a guy called Mossberg, the Mossberg Man, and he answered somebody's question and had photos and all that sort of stuff in it, but can't even remember which bloody gun forum now. I actually think I was on the
where it's always yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you.
Forum out there called Rimfire forums, and it's specialised about rimfire rifles. But they do have sub forums that are not 22 and rimfire. Oh yeah, they do have centerfires and shotgun. And for some reason, I'm thinking it's in
So not just oiling.
StreamYard's link should be here, paste, if I do that right. No, that's a YouTube link. Sorry, man.
There's Ryan. I ain't seen Ryan all night.
I know. I was like, okay. You got it?
Yeah, we'll bring it up.
And you know, that even reminds me of something.
I just slow the delay at pace 4 seconds, and then I paste it, and then I got to wait 4 seconds, and I press enter because it doesn't appear for the first 4 seconds. When I paste, I've got lag here like in blue.
No.
That's not so much on the satellite. This is on my system here. I don't know why.
One of the things that I had to go through when I was accepting responsibility for my actions was I used to be like some people. I'm not going to say anybody's name. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to point anyone out. But I used to hate the police too, man. Big time. But during this period of self-reflection where I really accepted responsibilities for my actions, it wasn't the police that I hated. It was the things I was doing that put me in the situation to have encounters with the police.
The decisions you made before you got to that situation.
The decisions I was making and the things I was doing and the people I was choosing to be around that was getting me into the situations to where I would have a bad, run-in with any police. But I started hating the things I was doing instead. And that's when
cops are like too. You're going to get fuckwits amongst them, just like every.
I mean, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. But on the whole,
Welcome in, Jimmy Beam.
I mean, I've been out of prison now for 16 years, man, and I've had a few like run-ins where they've talked to me, but I haven't been to jail.
Yeah.
Or even close to it, as far as
I
I
know
know.
coppers here, and that there's one that'd love to pinch me, but he'd look like an asshole and that for trying. So he, blows it down a little bit. Or we just don't hit off. You know what I mean?
But I did. I used to hate him. Just
he's
off of
girly. Oh, he makes knives.
you know.
Well, everybody's got knives in their bloody homes. You know what I mean? What are they going to do? Just import stuff from China and send more money overseas?
I show them, and they like that.
Yeah, they feel better or whatever.
And if they're wrong, I tell them they're wrong. As simple as that. See, I mean, that's okay, dude. I felt like that, Don. Dude, I was like that too. But
hey,
once
Don,
you see they're just people,
one of the local cops came down here, and that there was a snake in the school. Right now, he cannot discharge his firearm to get a thing. They can't afford to get a guy out here, one of these professional and approved and licensed and permitted snake fucking relocators. Problem, I think, borrow a fucking gun from a civilian and all that sort of thing. And I got light loads I got a double barrel 14 here with a nice light load in it, but plenty of nice little square shot in it. I use square shot for snakes and that because it tears the fuckers up. You don't want a snake getting a second chance. So he went out there, bang, got rid of the snake. The carcass went in the bin down outside the post office, and that gun came back to me. He hasn't discharged his firearm, and everybody's cool with it. He's not in strife. Nobody's in strife, and the school doesn't have to worry about snakes running around and that with the kids.
But I will add though, like down here, if police, if they want to come in your house, they're coming in. If they want to search your car or truck, they're going to search it. Don't matter what you got to say.
Yeah, I'm in Victoria. If they come here,
you might as well just accept it because it's going to happen. They won't.
I don't worry about warrants. I got nothing to hide.
I mean, it's just so. And I've even told them. They said, "Can we search your house?"
Time having recent cops. There's an Australian documentary movie, and it's a combination movie series documentary about corrupt cops here in Australia, called Murder Blue.
Yeah.
The cops were killing their own cops because the investigation was coming down. And they were looking at it. They were killing their own. They actually borrowed a mate on a boat to do
30 years ago, it wasn't no better.
I
promise you that.
Yeah, 30 years ago when we had coppers doing fucking deals with bikers and that to get rid of punk rockers out of pubs because the punk rockers were bad for business, chasing away all the restaurant business out of the pub, and which was the big money spinner for them. So they got a bunch of bikers to go up there for a week, chase all the punk rockers, and yeah. That's what the coppers organised it because they didn't want to get their hands dirty.
They set these dudes up. They busted them all about 12.
Yeah. And this is it. And then they go around. A couple of the bikers get pinched. They get slaps on the wrist and all that sort of thing. A few fines. They lose evidence, all that sort of stuff, and everything's forgotten. That was 30 years ago here.
No, I have had more cops let me go than I have hassle me. And a lot of times they even start out like hassling me, but then they just let me go. I mean, more times than
you're not arcing up to them. That's what
it's all. Yeah, it's my attitude. They take one look at you and they automatically know because they're not. They're not stupid.
You're not going to cause them any grief. Yeah, go along with it.
They're just like me and you. And a lot of times they'll choose to accept the story as you tell them. It might be a lady copper over here, and that they can choose to believe it.
And when I first moved to town and all that sort of thing, and that it was only 3 days since I moved to town and that, basically. So I just moved to town, and she came by and said, "Oh, you're the nice guy," and all that sort of thing. We heard about you. You bought the place and you're moving in. Yeah, yes. And I'd only just got the delivery truck and unloaded everything off the truck that I come down from up north with. So like I'm moving stuff in and out of the driveway into the house. She's rocked up and all that sort of thing, and and then invited me out on the spot. We chatted for about an hour, and then invited me out, and I said, "Well, that's great, but I'm a bit busy at the moment, and I'm trying to get the place ready, and I've got my girlfriend coming over from America in 3 days, and I've got to get the house moved into and all that sort of stuff." And "Oh, you got a girlfriend?" I go, "Yeah." And, and then she got real nasty. Ever since then, she's been trying to pinch me. She had me pulled over on the side of the road for 40 minutes one day, and half an hour on the radio with her sergeant saying, "Oh, but he's got a vehicle full of knives." And he says, "But he's licensed. He's a manufacturer. Does he have any knives in the passenger area of the thing?" Because I'm driving a Nissan X-Trail. It's like a SUV.
That's not right, man. That ain't right.
He's trying to pinch me, and like, this is it, because they're emotive and they're abusing their position and all that sort of thing, and it's too open.
And that costs money to put in their gas tank. You know what I mean? That's money they're wasting.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
You know, but it's not set up to make sense. It's set up for them to win whatever game they're playing. You know what I mean?
But see, she's off my case now, and actually, she actually met another prick cop. He's also a highway patrol guy. They're the prick cops over here, highway patrol. If a cop's an asshole, put him on highway patrol.
Right. That's what they do here.
Yeah. If you got a real fucking go-getter and all that sort of thing, real prick attitude and all that sort of thing, and you don't want to deal with him, just put him out on highway patrol and let him take his angst out on all the motorists. He'll pull you over and that for having the window of the wrong colour.
And you will get a ticket if he pulls you over.
Oh, yeah. No. Get me out of this. And that, even if you've got to smash your tail light for you.
Yeah. You're going to come away with it one way or another.
You know, the black Panadols, they bust tail lights real good.
It used to be way different back in the day.
Panadol, you know, pain-killing tablet, the big black Panadol takes all the pain away. Bang. 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 Yeah, good night. Yeah. No, it's different. It's getting better. But I must admit, in the country, we've been blessed to have good, decent cops. I hate the cops in the city. They're all paranoid and scared and fearful. Then again, you got fucking jihadis running around down the city, and they're all got guns.
I quit getting arrested, so that made a big difference in my life.
Well, did you see the old gent that rocked down here the other day, dropped me down the pickles and all that sort of thing from the ladies and all that? He's an ex-cop. Good cop too. When he retired, he bought the pub. And that ran that for 15 years.
You know, and if I see one has an attitude, I won't give him the opportunity or the opening to take that out on me. You know. So
he's been a good guy. He's been not only was a cop, he was a firefighter, local volunteer for all the stuff around town.
No, I didn't mean I was talking to Don. I didn't mean your dude. I was talking to Don.
Yeah, I'm talking to Don too. Cops with attitude need to lose their jobs. It's simple, yeah. But the old guy that dropped me off to the pickles the other day, he's an ex-cop. He was a cop for something like 20 years. He said time to change him, time to get it out, and that never went on to it. In other words, they wouldn't let him be the country copper that he was. He used to go down to the pub, closing time. How many you had? No, you fucking piss, you're pissing it. Fucking, all right, you're the least pissed of them. You fucking drive everybody home, and that the keys stay in the bar, and after it opens at 10 o'clock, you can come down there and pick up your car. That's how he was. He didn't want to pinch people. He just wanted people to get home safe, so he didn't have any paperwork.
Hey, Don, I think if something like, I agree. There's some, Oh, no, there's some psychopaths, man.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.
Cops should not be exempt from assault laws like the rest of us.
When they catch them dead to rights, they it should be punishable by being arrested, but it's not. That's just not happening.
bloke I know, and that he heard a woman screaming one night. He said, "Burglar, burglar!" And he, what's up? And I said, "Oh, that guy there. He just he was in the house, and that when we come home, and that he's robbing the place." So he takes off down the street and around the corner, and that, and he fucking leaps on this guy. The guy's just walked out to see what the guy was fucking who ran by at fucking 500 mile an hour. He tackled the wrong guy, held him to the cops there, and that, he got 3 months.
I had the
The
guy
guy
on the other property.
when he tackled him, and that the guy actually broke his jaw when he fell on the concrete. So
Oh yeah,
he was
and
like,
then they charge him with they charge him with
and
battery.
he had to pay for the fucking all the on top of the 3 months. He was
Well,
like,
that's how they jump on you. They try to
he was
maximum.
doing the right thing. He was chasing down what he thought was a burglar, but grabbed the wrong bloke. Now, cop does the same thing. He should be up in the same position as my mate was. Right, all right, yeah, we understand you're doing your duty and all that sort of thing, but you grabbed the wrong guy and you caused personal injury. You've got to be, we've got to hold you responsible for it. And I don't mean the office, I mean
These
him.
people back here, I went over there and I ended up getting a fight with the guy. And this old lady was screaming, "Hey," on the phone with the police. They called the cops on me. And I came over here and I sat and waited on them. And when they pulled up, they they said, "Well, this is only a formality."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, that sounds like I'm not going to jail then." And he goes, "No, why would you think of that?" And I said, "Well, just you're here." And the guy didn't have his animals fenced in over there, and they wanted me to file a report. And I said, "No, sir, I don't want to do it that way." And then they left. I have zero problems with any of them now. Seems like, because I don't do shit. I don't even go out there for them to even see me to pull me over.
It's funny. I was here working down the shed here one night a couple of months ago, and about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, just working away, and all of a sudden, fucking 2 cops here, and I know one of them, and a little lady copper, and he's come up and he says, what had happened was 3 months beforehand, I found a wallet. We've got a thing here called a driver reviver thing. So during school holidays and long weekends and public holidays, a free cup of tea and a biscuit, and that if you want to drive a long way, because we're out in the country, people are not used to driving long distance, they fall asleep. Driver reviver, stop every 2 hours. So all along the country, and that we've got these, and I volunteer out there. Someone left their wallet on the chair, so I handed it into the cops. There was no ID in the wallet, but there was a shitload of cash in there and a couple of business cards. Cops called all the business cards. They didn't know who the wallet was, and all that sort of thing. But what they'd done was they were bringing it back up to me, because he says after 3 months, it's yours. Because that's the rule over here. I've reported it, handed it into the cop after 3 months. The cash was there, and I said, "Oh, look, you got a favourite charity? Fucking give it to them." And all that sort of thing. He said, "We're not allowed. We can't even do that." And the lady copper was saying, "Yeah, the rules are so strict and all that sort of thing." But now I'm just working in the shed. They're working there. I've got no worry. And that, but mind you, the dope plants are all over just on the left hand side, and they're all about just before harvest. And she says, "How many you got there?" And I said, 4.5, and that the one's a late replacement for the one that I'm going to cut down that's useless. She goes, "What do you mean useless?" And I said, it's actually an old-fashioned hemp plant. It's not actually pot. It's meant for making ropes and shirts. "Oh, so how do you do that?" And I said, "Oh, fuck, well, I'm not an expert in this shit. I just don't want the government chemical stuff, because over here they supply you with oil, but the preservative in the oil is actually formaldehyde."
Oh shit.
Yeah. One of the great carcinogens out there, and they for the pot for the cancer treatments out here, they got formaldehyde as a fucking preservative in it.
Oh man.
Hey, that's government pot. Government pot.
Yeah.
Formaldehyde.
Yeah, they probably don't grow it like food grade. like you're
Well,
supposed
they
to.
do in Tasmania, and then they send it to this guy and that, and he puts them into these little pod things and all that sort of thing. But as a preservative, because formaldehyde's cheap, he won't use what is that stuff? It's yeah, it's not cheap, but there is a 100% natural preservative and that works out there, and you can smoke it and it doesn't cause any problems. Smoke fucking vaporized fucking formaldehyde. You're asking for fucking lung cancer.
You know, I wouldn't start hating him until he arrested me. Then I would hate him. It seems like. But I mean, you know, I only brought that up because that helped. I mean, that's the conclusion I came to, and that helped me. You know, I started hating the things I was doing. And that's all. That's all. It just reminded me of it, seeing Ryan. That's all.
What? Nah.
Because I did, man. I disliked them just on for GP, man. General purpose.
Yeah.
How
Someone's
what?
say, don't smoke formaldehyde. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I've been, man. I had to learn the hard way, man. I learned the hard way, buddy.
Well, let's see what, just from memory, and that formaldehyde can break down into.
I went up the road 4 times. Oh, 4 times. But you know, I served all my time. Got out, got my rights restored, and now I don't bother nobody except y'all, old fuckers.
Well, it's fucking easy on the old fucker bit, and that I know.
Hey, I'm right up there too. Now I'm 48. That's an old fucker. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
If 48's an old fucker, what's that make me?
About 25 millenniums. If it's the metric, if that's the metric.
I remember when I was fucking talking to Caesar there one time. Yeah. 25 millennium. Yeah. Back in the days.
Well, you know, we get to start over, you know, every 30 years.
25 millennium. Hey, that's 25,000 fucking years. Hey, that goes back before Globeki Tepe. I'm an awful lot.
Yeah. You tell us how they built it.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, you tell us.
Look, I invented fucking alcohol and everything's a blur after that.
You'll think of it. I'm telling you. It'll come to you if you just open your mind up.
Yeah, well, genetic memory.
I bet you.
Genetic memories. Dear. Oh, well, let's get some memory fluid.
Memory fluid, yeah.
Man, I damn sure wish I had some of that now. Built half of it.
Shit, I've only got 2 more full jugs left, and that
isn't a millennium. Yeah, 25 times 2. He goes by the metric system, so 2,000 years, that's a ton. 25 tons a year.
Tow truck, and that I don't go back that far. They found knives fucking 410,000 years old. They were made out of deer antler.
So that's at least 25 millennia older than you.
Oh, and then some. And then some. We're now talking another 375 millennia on top of me.
So let's see.
And change.
A millennium is 2,000 tons.
No, a millennium.
A metric ton would be
1,000 years.
So
1,000 years is a millennium.
Okay, so
that's why the Roman
millennium isn't 2,000 years.
1,000 is M. 1,000 millennium. That's what it stands for.
Man, that's how you know you're baked, when you don't even know how many millenniums in 1,000 years.
1.
Okay, yeah, 1. That's right.
1. So when I was a wee lad, And thankfully, I've had prostate surgery, and that's so I'm not a wee lad now.
I think Florida had the idea that he was thinking centuries.
Oh
No, well,
yeah, that's right.
Out of the millennium.
10 centuries.
I picked that
One
out. I
millennium.
saw that coming.
No, what confuses me is the metric system, because like a ton is 1 ton, but it's 2,000 pounds. So,
Well, no,
right?
ton is not 1,000 pounds.
It's not. I thought a ton was 2,000.
It is. It's 2,000. Yeah.
No,
1 ton is 2,000 pounds.
you folks said it.
So, like a millennium would be 1,000 years, but what would the metric millennium be? 2,000 years?
Hang five. I've just gone in this. You've got a US ton that's 2,000 pounds. An imperial ton, or the ton that has been around for over 1,000 years, is 2,240 pounds.
Oh,
I keep on forgetting. You folks keep on reinventing everything.
let me borrow
US gallon,
240 pounds. Let me borrow 240 pounds. We'll round it off, and then we'll all be good.
A troy ounce is 30.
Yeah, that's 180 euro.
A bud.
A troy ounce is 32 grams.
A bud. 230
ounce is
pounds of bud.
28.
A troy ounce is 32 grams, 31.194. I think.
Jack, if you ever see what I can mash out of that weed, man, you would be so surprised. Man.
An ounce is 20 pennyweights.
So, well, here an ounce is 28 grams.
Yeah, a metric ounce is 28 grams.
But 32 if you got a good buddy.
Yeah. Or a lady dealer, and that is awful lonely.
Shoot, I look at it this way. If this is the worst I'm doing good. I'm being good. I'm behaving.
Man, I've been watching a blacksmithing series. There's some bloke in Bangladesh there, blacksmithing. And then there was a comment in one of the videos, and translated and said, "I'm the neighbour of these guys, and that the guy making these videos has promised him a fortune, and he's got nothing from him." And put a link into it. So I wrote an email out to this guy, and he wrote back, and I had to translate it again. He had to translate the English as well. And it's true. And there's a bunch of Asian folks run around Asia, India, Bangladesh, and all that sort of thing, just making videos and that for YouTube content, getting the ad. They're all added, maxed out to ads, content, and all that sort of stuff. Making promises to all these small little old craftsmen and all that sort of thing. Glass blowers, blacksmiths, all that sort of stuff. It's interesting to watch. Very entertaining, but these guys are getting nothing out of it.
Man, you ought to see what comes out of that bud, though, man. I just mashed this the other day.
Cool. Yeah, I noticed you were scraping some of the earlier.
Ooh, it's like sap.
Yes, it definitely looks like it. Hey, Zoom's back. How you doing there, Zoom?
I changed my technique a little bit.
Hey, Zoom.
I
Full
only
metal
pressed it for 3.5 minutes.
She's good value there, Zoom. If it's the same, we are talking about the lady Jackie. Gets in there, patriotic talk, and that exposing the deep state, all that sort of shit. Gun rights issues. So many bloody different names out there now, and that, and people are copying. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, we had thunderstorms last night. There was some lightning, but it wasn't really drastic. I've had worse. The storms came and went without much ado here. So no damage, no problems. Thank God.
Well, it's been all good here, and that, except for that little wind gust that came in. I had to get it back on the roof and fucking straighten the satellite dish out. It's fucking signal, and then I get the little pop up on the screen, signal lost. And
Right.
Yeah. That's when you got it. That's when you grab your 4x8 sheet of plywood and you grab a hold of it and you set sail.
No. That's when I put my little beanie on my head and crawl up the ladder to set out the back out there and onto the roof, up the backside and start getting in there with the little green box. And it's got 3 LEDs on each side that are red and a green one in the centre. So it's like a little cross thing. And it'll tell you which way you got to turn the dish and that, where it's aimed, and that by looking at the little LEDs, and that until you get on the green. Then you track on the satellite again, and then you tighten everything back up again. But yeah, we had a wind gust. I think it read about 85 mile an hour on the meter, and that was 100 and something kilometres an hour, 80 odd mile an hour. But just one big gust, and it was enough to get. It came from the right direction. And it just tilted the dish on the mount a little bit, so I had to get back up there and straighten it up. But yeah, other than that, I've got to go check on the critters out the back. I've got.
All right. Well, I'll wait on you.
Chicken, and I got chickens knocking on the back door. What's the matter?
Awesome.
Space that my mom seen a drone this morning, or not even this morning. It was in broad daylight, and she's been seeing one in the mornings, and I think it, like on the weekends, it just does a pattern, and probably just records everybody, whenever anybody leaves from their house and go to another house or whatever, they probably just record it, or it's being observed by the drone. And
right.
Then,
Okay.
more than likely, they can go into whoever's phone if they can triangulate in on it, and then access that data and find out where you were then,
Right.
or anytime. Seems like to me, but
right.
Who knows? Because there's different things that fly over here now.
So, what's the weather been like there? Is it raining?
It was for a few days there. It was real cool, actually. But today it got kind of hot.
Yeah. Kind of hot. Well,
yeah, it probably got up to about 90. Yeah, Zoom said 85, but it was close to 90. See, these drones, you ain't gonna shoot at them unless you got you're not gonna hit these drones, Bill. They're big and they're ways up there. They're far away. Actually not as far as they look, but they're farther than like 1,200 feet. I would say the closest I've seen one, and it was big, 1,200 feet. Yeah. Now you probably could have hit that with a BB rifle, but I wouldn't want to.
Right.
Oops. I got caps lock on. Sorry, folks. Firing the ball.
And usually when I hear them flying over,
it's
something going on around here.
Sorry.
All right, firing the ball.
No, just a lot of cockatoos out in the backyard there. They just come down, so I just put some more food out for them. Chooks want food. Cockatoos will stand up for food, and so the chooks and cockatoos get an argument. So if everybody's got food bowls, they're all happy then. So they're all got there. See, after the fires, there's a lot of migratory birds looking for food. So here's a bit of an oasis for them. I go through a sack of seed a week at the moment. So, yep. But it's getting better. We've got a lot of regrowth and all that sort of thing. After winter, it'll all be good.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Man. That's the way to go right there, man. Man. Whew. Goodness knows. That'll make you sweat. That's how you get you down right there, man. That cool. I'm amazed, and I've been trying it out for about a week now. I mean, chugging on it. So I've come to the conclusion that, man, that thing fucking rocks, man. That's just way better than I can do with my torch. I thought I was good.
New York Times reporter, here's a story for you. New York Times reporter has flagged a video by Sydney University medical staff showing UV light, how it kills germs. It's too close to what Trump described, so he complained to YouTube, and YouTube took the video down. Sydney University's got to be the biggest bunch of lefties out there. Antifa in Sydney is based at Sydney University. It's, all of this crap out there, but they do have a decent medical, factual based stuff. And yes, UV lights and all that sort of thing. And they've come up with a cut price light to sterilise surfaces, not people,
right?
Surfaces. ATM machines, all the stuff that people touch, all the things, handrails and the trains, all that sort of stuff. So they've come around with this very strong light, so you can, instead of spraying chemicals everywhere, go around with the UV light and disinfect everything.
Yeah, they have bots that do it for surgical rooms and stuff like that right now.
Yeah, big areas.
Yeah.
Areas. And that way, it could have landed on the wall somewhere and stuck there and all that sort of thing. Handrails, like I said, ATM machines, bank, the automatic bank teller things, cash machines, all those sort of stuff. And right. So the New York Times said it was too close to fucking Trump, what Trump described to that, so they fucking had YouTube take it down.
Oh my.
Seems like they could run your blood through a.
You want to know
thing. Keep it warm.
As we were talking earlier,
waterfall,
public-private
IV light, and then pump it right back in.
Say again, Jack.
Well, we're talking about public-private partnerships. There's one right there.
Yep.
To fucking suppress the truth.
Yep.
It's only going to get worse, man. Too, you guys.
We did a study out here on the coronavirus, radio.
Well, that dial may not even be turned all the way up yet.
Say again?
That dial may not even be turned all the way up yet. It might got
we got a little bit to go. I think they got a number 14 on their dial. One's got a fucking 10.
Okay, well, I was going to get to this earlier, but we kind of changed subjects without me being able to interject. And I wanted to say this. If they don't get through with this agenda, see, they tried to get rid of Trump. They tried to go through all that shit. Now they're trying to get rid of the people. Okay, so that's the second stage of their. The next thing is if this doesn't work, okay, if this lockdown thing is going to fail, okay, and we know it is, But once it does, then they're going to try the riot thing. The riot thing comes back. And that was their agenda for the conventions and all that stuff as well. And that may still happen because who knows what the hell's going on with this convention thing. Because I have a feeling they've taken the selection of their the selection of their nominee has all gone underground.
Yeah, I know, but do realize Bernie's still on the ticket.
Yeah, but so is Hillary Clinton now.
Yeah, I know, and this is what people don't realize. Everybody thinks Bernie's fucking like this. He's backing Biden, but he's actually not removed himself from the ticket. And there was a write-in, but this is not official, and it won't be official, but it's still there. Hillary.
Yeah,
she has nominated herself, and that's why it's not official. You've got to nominate yourself under the rules, but somebody's nominated on her behalf. There's a PAC out there, Political Action Committee,
right?
And so they nominated her.
It's just
guess who else is on the fucking ticket for the Democrats?
Maximum crazy, man. Maximum crazy.
Guess who is on the fucking Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, and that's just from what I see.
Yeah, someone fucking filled in paid the $45 and nominated fucking Mickey Mouse. Fucking day before yesterday, someone nominated Mickey Mouse for fucking president, Democratic fucking nominee for the to run for president.
Well, good luck.
Yeah. MICKYJUIC.
Yeah.
Sorry. For those who didn't catch it, I'm not repeating it.
And I don't know nothing, I don't know nothing. I couldn't even tell you. I ain't even been out there in it. Couldn't even tell you.
Not being rude, I'm going to have to bail out on you. It's a little bit early tonight. I've got to call Tracy in half an hour, but I've got to do some work here and pack some stuff away that I've still left out. The weather's changing and it's a lot nice and sunny, but I'm watching the weather radar at the moment. I've got another front coming in. So I think I've got another storm coming, so I'm going to lock everything down a little bit better.
All right.
Good. Thank you very much for everybody who's come in today. I know in the chat. Been good to see you.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Thank you very much again. Florida, good to see you.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
Rock on, Jack.
Cheers, Jack.
Cheers,
so, you've been just staying
chocolate? Hell yeah.
You ain't gone nowhere?
Fuck no. Nope. I went and got gas.
You went and got gas. There you go.
No. Well, I actually did see one person.
Did you?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, because his old lady come out on the porch, and when he went inside, she says, "I'm leaving his fucking ass. He's cheating on me." And I just didn't know what to say. I said, "I don't want to know nothing. I said, I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear it. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to know." And that's what she said. She was about to snap. And then, dude come back out. And he kept looking at her funny, And I just carried on, because, I was baked, man. Dude smoked a doobie with me. That was, it was a killer, man. He told me that these hummingbirds, I don't even want to know. Actually, I heard too much, and I really didn't even want to know that.
Right.
And because it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't even have a opinion, except I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. I didn't even hear nothing. Yeah, man. Because see, the drama will find you, actually. you know, in ways that you don't even really expect. Mostly from like trying to be good, like trying to do good. Sometimes it'll turn around and bite you in the ass, but it happens. It
Right.
happens.
Yo.
Drama gets old, man.
Drying gets old, huh?
Yeah. So it looked like to me like he was cleaning up all his shit out of the yard and getting it out of there somewhere. So maybe he's gonna move, and it's just gonna be a midnight move out, just him. That's the way I'd do it. Just me and all my shit.
Cheaters end up with coronavirus.
You know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You know, it could be he caught her cheating on him, and then he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," you know, and just making his move to separate. You know, who knows?
Right? Who knows?
So I sure don't. I don't want to. See that door right there? I don't
Yeah.
have to open it for nobody.
Right? Right? That's right. No. Well,
And I won't either.
I won't be on tomorrow night. Till way late, man. I know it's Tanya is supposed to be on Sunday nights.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So, but no, I'm heading out to some buddies of mine. We're having barbecue over at his place, and we get together like once a month, and stuff, and hang out.
Have you some Corona Q?
Right, something like that. Hell yeah! It's usually we usually we get a lot of talking and a lot of it's usually a good time.
When Aaron was here, this dude came over, and I was actually surprised to see him after that because he had got arrested and had like all kinds of charges, and he was the first one I was telling you about that had dog sick on him,
Right?
and I seen him after that out of jail. I was so surprised, you know, but then he got rearrested, and he's up the road now. His release date's 2029.
Holy shit!
Yeah, 2029 is what's said.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean he was just off the chain, man. You know, ever since I knew him.
Yeah, and the Sunday night off thing, yeah, is yeah.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Sundays, you know.
Well, it's gonna get to the point to where I'm not gonna be able to get on sometimes. Um, Especially as the days go longer. Yeah, I'm. If I can get moving when it gets warm, I can get moving really well. And if I can be uh, working, doing, I'm gonna be working, doing. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta.
You take us out there with you.
Uh, yeah, possibly I might be able to work some of that in, especially with the shop work. I've been thinking about setting things up for the shop, but yeah, I got some organization to do in there before I can even move around, much less
Actually, we had a big limb come down. I mean, this thing is this big around, man.
Oh
Yeah. I don't know. Does that look big?
Yeah, it was big. In its limited space.
It's the Y. It was at the YMCA.
Right. Oh my God, man.
But anyways, I mean, it is that big, dude.
Yeah, about a 30-incher.
Yeah. Well, yeah, easy. Yeah, easy, man. I'd somehow get a video of it. I'd have to.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it broke part of the fence.
Yeah, we got a few. We're going to be taken down. I'm expanding the front yard, putting another half an acre onto it, so and putting a U drive in, so I can drive across the front of the house and through the orchard, and then back out to the other side. So
Get your loop-de-loop, man.
That's where I park, and right in front of the house.
Yeah, park on the loop-de-loop.
I do. So,
I mean, hey, you remember when fucking that skater Tony Hawk
right?
skated that loop-de-loop and his board went like through it? Well, no, that was the first dude. He went all the way up it and like landed on his hip. Went all the way up and then fell straight down on that thing.
Right.
I bet this was like 20 years ago when a wooden loop-de-loo was.
I remember. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to do it. Set it up like a Hot Wheels track kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember all that shit.
Have you ever seen Bob Burnquist or Bob Woodward? Have you ever seen his ramps he's got out there? They're like 7 stories tall, just the ramp going down to it.
Not for the motorcycle thing?
No, for skateboards.
Oh shit! No.
Yeah, man, it's amazing out there. Bob Woodward, I think.
They can stick their vaccine up their fucking ass because they ain't taking it. Yeah. Oh well, but maybe they can figure it out because it also comes with an RFID. The tracking system, RFID. Right. Yup. Nope. And these bastards are going to come out with a mark on their right hand. If they don't have a right hand, it'll be in their forehead.
Man.
Probably on the temple on the right side.
Wow. And they'll call it Google.
Or whatever the fuck they call it.
Call it Google and that'll be done. Not me.
Yep.
Well, that's the theory. We own them. Boy, they're going to extract every penny out of them until we're done using them.
It's just
that's what I think. That's what I think. But I know I sound crazy.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm just saying we're too much of a Christian nation, and that's
what it's all about. They extract every penny out of your pocket. Then that's when they're done with you.
Well, right, right. And see, with this vaccination thing and this vax tracking mark, okay, whatever you want to call it, the Christians ain't going to do it, and that's when they become persecuted. That's when they'll start persecuting the Christians. That's part of their thing.
Well, I'm prepared for
When this,
maximum stupid.
I was trying to talk earlier about this, and this is what I see is
I am
putting
prepared.
things together. This is just my
I
opinion.
really think it's going to get odd. I do. It's going to get
Well,
odd. We just
no,
got to
wait a
keep
minute.
up sanity.
Let me finish. Let me talk a little bit. All
Okay.
right. Because I was just trying to help you understand. What I'm thinking is that if they don't get this vaccination lockdown, shutdown thing through like they want, and they're not going to, they're going to use this vaccination thing as a guideline entry point kind of deal. And they're going to try, and the Christians won't do it. So that's when they start getting persecuted. And when that doesn't work, because they will, they're okay. In the process, all their control systems are being dismantled.
I would agree with that.
Okay. The Federal Reserve is being obliterated. Okay. The UN is getting defunded and they're going to be removed from our shores. Okay. We're going to have the wall built, and I actually see Mexico becoming our friend. Okay. Canada might get their shit together, and but it's not dependent on what happens here. But these
Yeah,
lefty
Australia's got our back.
What they're going to start doing is they're going to start bringing in these Antifa, whatever you want to call them. They're just basically communist warriors, mercenaries, and it's all going to be, a lot of it's going to be funded by George Soros. Okay. And he's going to cause the dissent. He's going to start the attacks and stuff like that. And that'll get shut down too. Okay. But yeah, it's going to get stupid. It's going to get stupid like that.
Yeah.
That's
all they're down to is Hail Marys. That's it.
Correct. Because once we get to the point to where the election actually happens, I have a feeling that there's going to be some changes made in the FEC. And the elections ain't going to be like they were done before. It's probably going to be a thumbprint kind of thing. And with picture ID, of course, and it'll be paper ballots. There's not going to be any of this electronic bullshit.
Good.
Okay. You'll watch. It'll get squared away, and they'll have to put in a thumbprint for their signature, along with your signature. So there's none of this voted twice. Here, instant. Here you go. You're fucked. Kind of thing. But yeah, there you go. And that's what that's the whole thing right there. Now, the other stuff, there's going to be a whole bunch of crazy shit going on. And like I said, these groups, these Antifas and all that stuff, they're all communist. Okay, socialist, communist, whatever you want to call them. They're for hire. They're disruption, anarchies. They're rule, because they're to bring about the chaos that the socialists think they can bring into order. Okay, that's all there is to it. So that's part of their credo. They have to have disruptor to create the chaos, to bring order to the chaos. So, but it won't work here.
Whatever will be, will be.
That's right. And I actually see, there's going to be other things happening too. Some of the, maybe not this year, but next year, you're going to start seeing some of the chaotic stuff about the weather, different things about space will become a problem. Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah. It's going to start happening more and more. Right.
I tell you, I never would have imagined it could have the the level of manipulation in the media, man, is just what amazes me. You know,
Right.
it's now if you didn't know any better, man, I mean, you'd think the fucking world was ending, dude. If you watch Morning Joe for 5 minutes,
Right. It's the end of the world.
dude, man, holy shit, you'd be ready to go hang yourself.
Right. It's the end of the world as they know it.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
It is.
you know, like
It's the end of their influence. It's the end of
holy
their
shit,
power.
man.
Yeah.
So, and just
Their lies and their corrupt behavior is being
yeah.
exposed.
I mean, I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
It's gotta be some kind of a skill to say exactly the opposite of what you mean.
And reality.
And I mean, like, but that's what's shocking to me is just the coordinated talking points.
Mm-hmm. The
And
level of it.
yeah. And just willing to on purpose manipulate a story. That's lying to your fucking face, man. Is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll start yawning now.
Nah, dude, I've got to hit it here in a little bit. I was kind of, I'll be ending it here in about 10 minutes or so, I guess. I've got to get on the ball. I've got, no, I've got to get things, I got to get things done because I got the, and then
It ain't gonna do itself.
correct. But no, that ain't no shit.
It ain't gonna do it by itself.
No, it's supposed to be sunny and 67 tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. But I got to get some clean. I got to get Sunday is the day I use to clean up the house, and I got to get my cleanup and stuff done before I have to leave. So,
All right. Well, let me plug this thing
laundry
in.
and everything else, vacuuming and carpet cleaning.
Let me plug my coil up, man, and give me 5 minutes.
All right, hook it up. 9-minute warning. Rock on. But yeah, this has just been it's all man-made, so it's not. Let's just say it's not permanent. You know what I'm saying? It's man-made. It's as temporary as we are. Okay. Some of this crazy shit is just going to be just banter. Some of it's going to be lies. Some of it's going to be outright deceit. Very little of it's probably going to even come to attrition, even if it is real.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's going to run into too much resistance before it gets to me.
As long as people can see the inconsistency in front of their eyes, that's important. I think if people can just see that, then maybe they'll say, "Wait a minute, something funny going on here. What's going on here? What is this?" You know what I'm saying? Because one day they're telling you, "Oh, this expert says you can't wear a mask because it's bad for you." Whoa, this expert, all day they're trying to tell you you're not supposed to wear a mask, right? Then, so
now you got to wear a mask or you go to jail,
right? And these people got to be saying, well, why were the other day they were telling me to wear a mask? I mean, what happened to that? You know, they just act like they didn't even say it now. You know, because that's what they do. They just act like it didn't even happen. And blame everybody else. It's just something, man. It really is something.
Right.
You know, and if you didn't know, man, that's the scary thing. You know, if you didn't know, man, you think the fucking world is falling down. You know, really. Because that's the way they act like. They act like it's really.
I know. Well, because it is for them.
Yeah, well,
that's the end of their world. I mean, think about it. That's the end of their existence, kind of thing. Everything they know is about to become volatile.
I say fuck them, feed them fish heads.
Feed them fish heads. Let them feed the fish, you know, literally. Then become fish food.
I think it's gonna get a little worse before things change, but I mean, we're prepared for it, so it's not gonna get much worse for us. You know,
Like weird if you're ugly or extra ugly. Right.
I'm wondering if you can wear one into a bank.
Right. Yeah, you really, seriously, come on now.
I ain't going in there with one.
Oh, great.
I don't think they give me the benefit of the doubt.
Right. Yeah, I don't think so. Right. That's funny shit.
No, they don't have to worry about me going in there with no mask. Hey, if it ain't mine, I don't want it.
Well, see, that's that's normal thinking.
they ain't got to worry about their money in there now.
Right, that's normal thinking now. That's ain't mine. I don't need it. I don't want it. Wouldn't be right.
I didn't always think like that.
I know.
It's just stupid, man. Stupid.
Right.
I mean, really, I was really, literally stupid. Because, I mean, I fucking got into all that trouble on my own. Nobody made me.
Right. Right.
Nobody made me. So, I reckon I'm ready.
Hold on.
I'll wait. I can wait.
Went ahead and cleaned it out. Hold on.
I got plenty of time. I got from now until however long they give
4
me.
minutes. 4 minutes. Rock on. So you can heat that thing up, right?
Froggy, I like that Distance is some dubstep. Search for the Distance LP, and if you got a subwoofer, man, hit that. It's fucking awesome as shit. Like 38 minutes long. Yeah, and it's dubstep, but it ain't all that wacky fucking crazy shit. It's a beat, and it's pretty cool. I like Distance. Truth is a good one. Let's see. Dinosaurs with Guns. Yeah. Yep, that's a good one. Cyber Optics. There's some cool ones, man. Yeah, that Dinosaurs with Guns is fucking got a beat now. It's got a beat to it. But you gotta have a subwoofer, dude. That's all there is to it.
All right. You ready there? Yep. All right. Fire in the bowl. Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.com.
Man. I'm telling you about that flavor, though. I'm telling you, man, they got some stuff to smoke weed with nowadays, man.
Dude.
Whew. I'm gonna tell you what.
I'll take my natural base. I'll take my natural basic, load it in a pipe, and smoke it. Yeah.
I'm telling you now, it's just like that, but with no smoke. No smoke.
I kind of like the smoke.
No, well, it's vapor. You know, it is.
I know it is. I know it is.
Like right in your, you know, you can. It'll go like right to your forehead. In
Right.
1 second. It's amazing.
Well, you know what? God grew it this way. I'm gonna use it this way.
I thank God, though. You know, just
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually hardly ever even smoke it anymore. I mash it and vape it.
Right. Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
potent right there. Yeah, this thing here, I'm impressed. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. $40 is how much that thing costs. $40. You believe that?
That's it.
Yeah. I just happened to catch it, you know, on one of these vaping websites.
Oh, really? What's it
Yeah.
normally go for?
Well, cheapest one I've seen was like $90 just recently,
Right.
and which is actually cheaper. A couple of years ago, they were between 150 and 250, and that's just the box and the coil.
Right.
And oh man, Bill, I mean, you talking about cloud? Whew. But they've gone down in price now. Actually, they got different size coils you can get for like $40, and but I'm still working on this one, man. Actually, I like this one. So, you know, this one was perfect. Better than me. Better than I can do with a torch.
Right. Right.
And that's without my little balls.
On that note, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close her out. God bless
All
you
right.
all. Thank
Good
you
night,
all for coming around and hanging out with us. And thanks for coming up on screen. Everybody who came up on screen tonight, thank you. Everybody in chat joined us this evening. God bless you.
God bless
I
you.
always
Good
look
night.
forward to seeing you all. And I thank God for each and every one of you each and every day. You have a wonderful day. Wonderful
Right on,
evening.
Emerald. Take it easy, buddy.
Dream well, Patriots, because we are winning. I'll see you tomorrow.